right now. And yeah, that's what we're going to do. I don't know. I'm not sure whether to go with like a variety type thing or whether I just should try to focus on specific games and try to get good at them and beat them and whatnot. But that's kind of what I'm leaning towards. I don't like the way that like some retro game channels will just like play a game for an hour and then just never touch it ever again. So variety is good and all. I'm a variety streamer myself and everything, but sometimes it's possible to have too little of a good thing, So we're actually gonna boot up some Hyperstone Heist right here, because I played this in the last retro stream that we did, and I really, really enjoyed it. I was terrible at it, but I really, really enjoyed it. Also, I did a little test play of this before I started up the stream, and I actually learned a couple things that got me really amped to try this again. I think I can do a lot better this time. I've learned some tricks. We've read the fucking manual. Oh, I just can't get enough of this music right here. Got into a bit of a disagreement with an acquaintance on Twitter. Or I guess not really got into a disagreement. I posted how much I liked the music in this game, and he kind of disagreed with me. I think I still disagree with him, though. I really prefer the music in this game here, the Hyperstone Heist, over the Turtles in Time music, because the two games have basically the same soundtrack. They're actually very similar. Okay, the vocal audio, not so much. Vocal audio, I'll give the Super Nintendo the win on that one. I don't know, do we kick back to wuss mode? I actually tried out in my little test play normal mode, and it looks like the only thing that's different is enemies have less health. So, I don't know, it seemed a little bit too breezy, so we're just gonna kick it on hard mode once again. Attack, jump, dash, all looks good to me. I don't think I've actually tried out comic color mode just yet. I still find it really amusing that anime is what they call the style of like the TMNT cartoon show. Okay, let's kick shell. Who haven't we played yet? I did I think Leo. I did like Leo Donatello on my first stream. I did Mike in my test play, so I think Raph is the only one we've got left right here. You'd think I'd want to skip this by now, having gone through the whole intro bit here like 3 times at this point, but no. This Shredder theme right here just kicks ass. I love it. The Shredder himself, not so much. When did he look like this on the show at all? Certainly not in the 90s, right? I don't remember Shredder looking like this when I watched Ninja Turtles back when I was a kid. Yeah, I don't know what it is. It feels to me like the compositions in this game are just more well-suited to the Genesis sound chip. Especially these early levels right here, the whole swing feel. Okay, I can see what they mean by the, comic color scheme right here. Okay, but what's his special move like? Oh yeah, okay, so here's what I learned. Whoops. Yeah, I learned how to take a hit like a chump. Okay, so first thing I learned is I learned how to throw enemies. It's kind of the opposite of the Super Nintendo version. I remember in the Super Nintendo you could get, or in Turtles in Time I should say, because it's not really 2 versions of the same game. They're actually kind of entirely different games with the same levels and music and enemies and gameplay. Some of the same levels. So yeah, in the Super Nintendo version, you could like just kind of walk right up to the enemies and get really close to them, and then hold back on the D-pad. Then that was a kind of reliable... Wow, I'm getting my ass kicked here. That was a kind of reliable way to get throws on them. Then you could hit like diagonal and back to get a different kind of throw. In this game, you want to hold nothing at all on the control pad. So yeah, as long as you basically stay neutral on movement and just don't press the D-pad at all, and then hit the enemy when you're up close like that, and you'll just toss them around a bit. So yeah, that's really helpful to know. The other thing, which really blew my mind when I figured it out. So you got this run ability, then if you hit jump when you're running, you can do that little flip move. Which I thought, like, okay, maybe some kind of dodge move or something. But no, you can still take hits when you're in that little sort of front flip, sort of handspring state there. What it's actually for is once you, after you hit jump and you're going into your handspring there, you can actually do a slide attack, which is really cool. And so if you just kind of like piano your way down the control pad, just like CBA, CBA. Oh, I don't know how I do that. Whoops, I didn't want to do that. That's my big super attack. Yeah, and I guess, yeah, he's also got his desperation move that costs a bit of health. Oh, speaking of costing a bit of health. Yeah, that was a big blunder right there. Oh, God. Oh, I see. So if you hit, so you have like 3 different attacks you can do coming out of that, coming out of the run there. So if you hit jump and then attack, you can do that slide there, which I just love. You can do the tackle, which kind of doesn't cut through the enemies like the slide does. You kind of stop dead. And it's a good way to actually get a throw going. As I'm, yeah, failing to demonstrate right here. There we go. So yeah, slide through, pierces through multiple enemies, and then also, yeah, it looks like if you hit both the buttons at once when you're running, yeah, you do that kind of flying kick right there. Oh wow, I did not think we were on the same level there. Well, so far I haven't died, so I'm just gonna take that as like kind of a win so far. Yeah, you can just kind of roll your thumb down the D-pad, or down the... Oh, this theme right here, though, this is like, sounds so much better in this version than on the Super Nintendo. Actually, there's one thing I want to try that I messed up last time I played this level. What's the guy with the manhole? Can I do the other side too? Doesn't look like it. Okay, I want to be ready for the guy with the manhole cover. Because I know there's a trick you can do in the TMNT arcade game. I want to see if it works in this game too. Oh, we're just tearing it up now that we actually know how to play this game. Nope. Okay, it's just about here. I want to be ready for him. Hey, we get a 1-up. As far as I can tell, you get a 1-up for your first 100 points and then every 200 after that. Okay. Hey! Yeah, you can reflect it back at him. I don't know, I just think that's kind of awesome. Oh yeah, they kept that in from the arcade game too. God damn it. I was literally about to say how this game seems so much easier now that I actually know how to play it. Oh no! It took away my pizza! Son of a bitch. Yeah, you gotta be on just the right position, it looks like, to get that throw going. Oh yeah, being able to throw on command makes it so much easier to deal with the blocking guys, too. Okay, hopefully we get another pizza before the boss here. There's actually not too much reason to be sliding all over the screen once we've got all the enemies on the same side here. Yeah, style points, finish him off with the throw. Still hasn't got him. Oh, this theme right here. I think this might be my favorite tune in the game. I think this one doesn't actually even appear in the Super Nintendo version. Oh, the shurikens every time. Oh, that's like a, what do they call it? What's the fighting game term when you hit a guy right after he becomes vulnerable again after getting up? It's like a wake-up attack right there. He did it again! It's like they're specifically programmed to do that shit or something. Okay, I could really use a pizza right about now. Go! I think we were in like a similar situation where we were like down to 1 health at like right about this spot last time too. Well, this so far is not going better than our first run through the game. Oh, and we were right in front. We were right in front of it. Oh, can you not kill these guys? I could have sworn we killed these guys last time. Okay, you can, but they still deal damage to you. Okay, you just gotta hit them before they start clawing at you there. Did it again! Okay, let's not use the throw against the purple guys then. Nope, here we go. Okay, let's see if I can beat this guy without getting shell shocked. Oh, you can get him even before he gets the knife out. Oh, are you kidding me? Oh, that was like a quarter of my health right there. Oh, man. This is a disaster. Oh, I think we're going to lose another one right away. Wow! There we go. I don't know, frankly, the way that fight went, I'd say he's like, what, he's up 2-1 on us? Yeah, the game doesn't seem to let you go below, like a 1 continue in the options screen. Like, there's no option to play at 0 continues. So I guess maybe we'll just make 1 the standard, see if we can get through this game using only 1 continue. Oh, man. Whoa! Okay, yeah, we're going to want to 1-up right away, so we probably should... Yeah, this is basically what this round here is for. I mean, apart from the, you know, the fact that you can die here if you take hits and whatnot. But the main thing is you want to get all these pizzas. You want to kill all the enemies. This is basically a score round right here. In fact, they even called it a bonus stage in Turtles in Time. Ah, that was a cheap shot. Cool, so we only need, like, what? 121 points before we bite it, and then we won't have to continue. Got a good feeling about this. Okay, there's a reason this is going so badly is because we're not running around like a moron anymore. Let's start doing that again. Oh, that's not what I wanted to do. I just played myself right there. Now we have even less health to work with. Okay, it's still fine. We're still alive. Oh, hey, apparently it's every 100 points. Well, at least we got our one-up. I'm really, really displeased about that. I felt all clever. It's like, because we didn't go for it right away, we ended up surviving. And just fucking nunchuck to the face. Well, at least the pizza won't completely go to waste. Ha! Didn't get his stupidly well-timed shuriken that time. As much as I'm complaining about the damage that those guys do, I suppose a katana to the face probably should hurt that much, if not more. If anything, we've been getting off easy. Oh, this is tricky. Keep trying to do the slide kick and getting the damage attack instead. Whoa! Hey, that's kind of a cool move. Not that right there, but before that, when I kind of up-kicked all of them at once. Oh, is this it? Are we gonna survive this? No, I don't even know what got me there. Oh, right, this is the game where, yeah, you go back way to the start. Oh, boy. Well, okay. Do we just keep cycling through them? We'll go with Mikey. Didn't really get too much use out of him the first time around before the stream. So, okay, we'll see what he can do. Yeah, I think I prefer the anime color scheme over the, Oh, wow, that's... First thing I'm noticing is that he's way slower than Raph. We're off to a great start here. Oh, is it just me, or is he taking a lot less damage also? Maybe that's the thing. Maybe they actually take different amounts of damage. Yeah, you don't get like any type. You don't get your modern kind of stats screen or anything showing you the speed, power, etc. of all the different characters. Yeah, I don't actually know what the advantages and disadvantages of each character are. Good enough. Mania, it seems to attack a lot slower, too. Okay, this seems to be a winning strategy right here. Just... Hey, that's a new one! Oh, is it those little things on the floor there that do that? Have I just been, like, miraculously dodging those the whole time without even realizing it? Yep. Wow, that... Okay. Didn't even know about that. Was that a thing in Turtles in Time as well? I don't remember that at all. And yeah, probably someday, once I've sort of had my fill of Genesis, we'll do a SNES Retro Night someday as well. And yeah, first game we do on that, of course, is Turtles in Time. Which I still do think I prefer over this game. The levels seem a lot more elaborate, the graphics are a lot nicer. Music's not as good, but... you know, 2 for 3 still puts it on top. Because, you know, music accounts for like a full third of how good a game is overall. Jesus. Oh my god, he's so slow. I actually miss Raph at this point. Although I'm pretty sure that I'm actually taking less damage from these guys. Yeah, it looks to me like Raph actually was like the weak but fast character here. Takes more damage but moves a bit faster. What happened there? What's doing that? Well, I think we're just hosed right here. Okay, so we can just, like, break into that charge thing and interrupt your combos on him, so I think we gotta, yeah, keep him at kind of a distance. Oh, okay, can we throw these guys? I think in this Turtles in Time, you kind of could, but it wasn't the full-on, like, one-handed throw. Okay. So I think we... Actually, I think we spent all of our lives and continues at Rocksteady last time, so maybe... Well, we'll see if we can even make it that far first, but... Yeah, wouldn't that just be sad if we actually didn't get as far on this run as we did on the very first one? Hey! Whoa! Oh, wow! Oh man, we were again one screen away from the pizza. That's like seems to be the only time we ever lose lives is one screen away from the pizza. Man, I was just saying how much easier these guys are once you figure out how to throw on command. There we go. Okay, I'll just take that. Oh, wow. They tricked me. Oh. Jeez, what is the point of even unlocking the screen at that point? Jeez Louise, how many of these guys are they going to throw at us? Also, it doesn't look to me... Oh, it's a fast animation on that thing. Yeah, that seems kind of unfair how they can do that. Okay, so you really got to keep your distance when you're hitting these things. Give me some pizza. Thank you. Oh, no. Okay, that's fine. We'll be able to grab it. Okay, we had kind of a cycle to deal with this guy last time. Okay, but yeah, we can't get on the same... Oh, Jesus. Can't get on the same level as him. Okay, if we can get him to pull out the gun. Yeah, just like that. Cool, and we get one attack on him every time he does that. Well, good enough. If we can get this cycle down to where we don't get hit at all. Okay, there we go. That's what I'm talking about. Oh, wow. Okay, so it seems like he can, like, angle the charge a little bit more as he takes more damage. So maybe we should just jump every time. Actually, I wonder if we can slide under the bullets. Okay, that was a silly idea. I mean, maybe it's possible to do it. But I'm not going to be able to react in time. How did I, like, game over? I lost like 4 lives to this guy last time. How did that ever happen? Cool, so yeah, official progress now. We made it farther than last time. Music here sounds like something out of Goemon or something, which I guess is also a Konami game, so... Also, I don't think this level or anything like it was in Turtles in Time. Don't even recognize the music. If anything, this seems like the one of the NES exclusive levels from the TMNT arcade game. Oh, come on. Oh man, even the sword guys are trolling me whenever I try to throw someone. Oh shit. Man, the nunchuck guys are the same color as the freaking blocking guys. That's no good. Oh, hey, I got two of them. Okay, is there... Okay, I thought those might be breakable things. Oh, hey, Mosers. I think this is the first time we've seen these guys in this game. Or no, they were in the surfboard level, but... Still, this is the first time we've seen them in like a proper stage right here. Kind of just free points. It's like you get a lot of them, they're not that dangerous. And yeah, destroying a whole bunch of them at once gets you a bunch of points. No, that was quick. Am I actually getting better at this game, or is this stage just a lot easier than the last one? Well, we haven't seen any of those rock guys yet, so... Yeah, this is totally the, like, Japan-esque level from the NES game. Oh, this doesn't look like... I don't know, on the other hand, like, how is... Like, I see the spiked ceilings there, but on the other hand... Maybe just for decoration? Or no, that probably means don't jump. Oh my. Oh, this looks unpleasant. Oh, and the enemies can just walk right through it? Come on. Okay, whatever. We'll just stay on this side. Right side is the good side. Jesus. Maybe I should just be doing this the whole way through. Oof. Come on, don't I deserve some more pizza by now? Yeah, the throw in this game just seems OP. Look at this nonsense. Oh, shit. Okay, you can't throw a mouser, though. That's the trick. Oh, and we get a 1-up for all that. Just when I think things are going horribly, Mouser comes in to save the day, give us a bunch of points. Piece of time! Oh, shit! Okay, teach me to talk shit about these guys. Pizza in the next room right here. I don't trust those statues. Okay. At least pizza wasn't at hand. Holy shit, those things stay around for a long time. And again, they get the frickin' orange guys with the knives, so it's like you can't really wait for them to come to you, or else they'll just throw shit at you all day. Okay, so it goes like left to right, so yeah, the center is actually really dangerous in this room. Oh, hey, you can slide under the yoga fire. Oh, boss time. Oh, hey, this guy was in the first movie. Okay, so it looks like a swarm type fight then. Oh, can we just reflect his shots back at him? Or can we just hit him? Okay, so he's just talking shit about the whole fight, the foot soldiers thing. Yeah, we can just hit him. Straight up. Although, it might not be a bad idea to take care of these guys first. Ooh, okay. Is this just going to be the thing, or I just get chumped by every boss in the game? Actually, it looks like he doesn't spawn in the new guys until you kill all of the old ones. It's cool, he's like hitting us with a wrist crossbow or something. I remember that from the movie. Okay, maybe we do take care of this guy. It's really amusing how you can hit his shots back at him. Oh, I think I found a winning strategy here. The gauntlet. I think this was the Technodrome theme from Turtles in Time. Okay, maybe let's... but we kind of do need the points here. Because, yeah, we're on 0 lives, so we really want to be killing everything we can. So these guys seem a lot quicker than their yellow friends. Although it's not really worth, like, any health to go for 1 point, is it? Oh! My chat just disappeared. Okay, I don't know what happened there. I thought like, the internet went down or something, but everything else seems to be fine. Oh no, this kind of gauntlet. I mean, I guess it was kind of to be expected with the name of the... Oh, he's faster too? Oh, shit. Okay, so we want to keep our distance from this guy. Christ. Okay, just like pretty much any enemy with a charge attack in this game, you basically want to keep your distance. Because, yeah, they can bust that thing out immediately, and if you're on top of them, then you're just fucked. Okay. It's funny, because I lost like 2 or 3 lives against that guy the first time around. Oh, please give me a pizza. Oh, shit. Are you kidding me? Well, he did say he was going to beat us the next time he saw us. I think he's going to turn out to be right on that one. One more. Oh, he's got grenades this time? What is this mess? Got like deadly precision on that charge there too. Wonder if I can hit the grenades back at him. Okay, this is kind of tedious, but safe. Wonder if I can hit him when he throws the grenades there. Okay, it looks like 2 charges, and then he does a... Nope, 3 charges, and then he does a thing. Nope, or sometimes just 1. We might actually get this guy. Holy damn. And he's gonna machine gun us this time. Oh, that didn't do any damage. That did a little bit of damage. Yeah, Mikey is totally tougher, tankier than Raph. Yeah, when it comes to taking the damage, it looks like. Oh wow, I totally didn't deserve to survive there. But yeah, his aim was just a little bit off with the grenades today. Hey! Okay, surely we deserve a pizza after that shit. Now are they gonna make us fight Tatsu again after we, like, just fought him? Oh wow, they are too. Jesus. Oh well. Man. Ranking 7th? That's not a very good ranking. Oh well, we made it a fair bit farther, I think, than the last attempt, and I think this will just how we end up being how we do it in the end. Just kind of make one crack at it per night. At the rate we're going, though, I think we might have this one before long. I'm almost tempted to go just make another run right now, but we won't. We're going to switch over to Gunstar Heroes this time. Yeah, this is one I'd been meaning to do a Let's Play of on the YouTube channel for a long time and never got around to it. Just recently, actually, I tried to do was it? Yeah, I think I tried to do my sort of a Genesismas sort of holiday stream and just play a bunch of Genesis games here on the channel, and I didn't really end up doing as much of that as I wanted to. I was really drunk when I tried to do it. So yeah, I remember I did Gunstar Heroes run then, and it did not go very well. I got a game over at the end of Stage 5, which is like the worst possible stage for that to happen in, because it means you got to restart it from the beginning, and Stage 5 is the longest one to have to redo. So yeah, this is another kind of, I guess, childhood classic, I guess I'd say. Yeah, I actually did. This was one of the very few games that I did actually own on the Genesis back in the day. And yeah, it's not just like, yeah, one that I, love from back in the day, but a lot of people do. This is like highly regarded as just a classic of the genre, one of the best shooters of all time. Man, shooters is a tough genre. It's like, you got, what, shmups, FPSs, run and guns. Shmups, FPS, run and gun. Those are basically the three, you've got like three different genres you can be referring to when you call something a shooter. Expert is kind of, like I know connoisseurs of the genre say that you should play on Expert in this game because it's the only mode that offers a decent challenge, and I kind of agree with that. But I don't think this is a game that's really best experienced, like, just for the sake of challenge. I think that the fun from this game comes from trying out the different weapon combinations. You don't really get to do much of that on Expert. There are a lot of weapons that are just completely unviable on Expert difficulty, so I like to sort of take a happy medium and play on hard mode, which is kind of challenging enough for me, at least, but also easy enough that I can try out a bunch of different weapons without completely screwing myself. So yeah, you get a few options here at the start for character creation. God, character creation. I hate it when other people do that, sort of like backtrack and use modern gaming terms in old games. Character creation in Gunstar Heroes, holy shit. But it's because people do it all the time. It's like it's infected me now, and now I'm doing it. I think I'm going to play through like the way I would have done as a kid. We'll go free shot, fire, which is kind of a completely different style, a different way to play the game entirely. And yeah, you can see we got 2 slots for weapons up there. I love that way that Doc Brown there. Is that Doc Brown or Doc White? If you hadn't noticed, all of the characters in this game have sort of a color motif for the names. So the protagonists are red and blue. The villains are pink and orange and green. So they're all color-based names. And that guy there, yeah, he was either Doc. He was either Professor White or Professor Brown. I forget which. So yeah, not only is it 2 slots for weapons that you have, but you can combine the different weapons to get a completely different weapon. So yeah, we can get fire and lightning to get this little lightsaber beam here. We can go fire, or what's this one? Fire force to get this little sort of exploding fireball. Lightning force gets you this like constant stream of lightning. which is not exactly my favorite weapon, but I think or actually, you know what, I do want to keep the fire, though. So we'll go, yeah, sure, we'll go exploding fireballs. This is a weapon that I'd always dismissed as being like one of the worst in the game when I was a kid. I almost never used this thing. It's got a bit of finesse to it. That makes it kind of difficult to use. Oh, you got so many other cool moves in this game too. Like you can throw dudes around, you can slide, you can do a body slam, you can bounce off the walls just like that. You can even do like useless things that I never ever do. Like you can guard to take reduced damage from attacks. The other character with the fixed shot has like a karate kick you can do. Like a downward kick that's different from this guy's body slam. For some reason. I don't even know how it's different from the body slam, but he has it. Actually, this is one of the bosses. That's kind of the thing. There are advantages and disadvantages to using each character. It's like free shot is good for some bosses, and fixed shot is better for others. And I kind of appreciate that. This was an awful weapon to pick for this boss right here. There we go. Oh, I thought I remembered this guy dropping a heart. Oh well, we'll be fine. Everything will be fine. Oh yeah, and there's the fourth weapon right there that we haven't seen yet, or the fourth of the basic weapons, which is Chaser. This is actually a terrible weapon. This is one of the ones that's basically completely unviable on the harder difficulty settings. This is Chaser Fire, which is kind of cool. You actually control that thing around the screen. And here we got Chaser Force, which is probably my vote for like the actual worst weapon in the game. It completely fails to actually home in on things as good as any of the other Chaser weapons. And it does shit for damage. It's probably the least damaging weapon in the whole game. But, you know, I decided to keep it because, fuck it, we're in the first stage and it's not that hard, so might as well take this opportunity to show it off. Okay, whatever. I don't want to take any more damage here, so we're just gonna... Fuck it, we're gonna go Chaser Fire. We're gonna go Chaser Fire for this next section here. See how it goes. As long as we can make it to the boss here, we're fine, because I think the next checkpoint is right here. Weirdly enough. Yeah, the next... So, yeah, Chaser Fire. Another one that's probably better with fixed shot. This does tons of damage. You can see how quickly we took that guy out. I do believe this is the most damaging weapon in the game right here. This is the one that speedrunners use. Actually, if I just keep it pointed down like this... Oh yeah, the other thing about this is that it... oh, shit. I wanted to jump while keeping my fire downward. Because I wanted to keep holding down so that my fire would stick in the ground there in the good spot. But I wanted to jump too, so I ended up sliding into the pit there. Kind of funny. The shitty thing about getting a game over in this game is that you lose your second weapon. Yeah. That boss there actually regenerates its health if you let him go through his whole attack cycle, so you do want a good DPS weapon for that fight. Weirdly enough, fire alone is actually not a terrible weapon. Like, pretty much all of the other weapons, you never want to... Or actually, that's not entirely true. Single Chaser alone is better than some of the other Chaser weapons as well. But yeah, fire alone is actually like a decent weapon right here. There are arguments to be made to use this in some circumstances over some of the other things that fire combines with. Like double fire, for example. Longer stream, you can shoot it off, so you get a little bit of range on it. That's really good, right? Except it actually does less damage than the single fire, so a lot of the time you aren't going to want to use that. I don't know, we go with this fireball thing again? But the cool thing about this one right here is that it's a very versatile weapon. You know what, fuck it, we're going to go double fire. The extra range is actually kind of helpful in this section right here. See, the excellent thing about double fire is that even though it doesn't do as much damage as the single fire. So you might think, oh, it's a piece of crap. It doesn't even do as much damage as a regular single weapon. But the cool thing about double fire is that you can just like switch it from double to single anytime you want. So it's like it becomes a double fire or a single fire on demand. Well, this right here, this might be my favorite track on the game soundtrack. Love the music for this fight. Although I don't actually have the weapon that I want for this. Yeah, so basically Chaser Fire or the Lightning Fire will eat these lasers that he shoots at you. If you don't have one of those two weapons equipped, you're gonna actually dodge them, which is a little bit tricky. You can actually get crushed there if you're not ducking. It's actually a really easy boss, though. It doesn't have a lot of health at all, and you'll generally get to kill her before, yeah, she even goes through the attack cycle once. If you let her keep going there, she'll pull up this, like, big, like, mace on a stick type thing that'll just slowly reach at you, which is also really easy to dodge, but, like, she'll never get that far. You can always kill her, no matter what weapon you're using, before you get to that point. So you actually, yeah, you can actually choose the order that you do the stages here. You might think left to right might be the smart way to do things, because it's like, oh, you know, left to right is usually the way you go in video games, but some stages are actually a bit shorter and easier than others, and they aren't necessarily in the order you think. I actually think that orange right here is the best one to do second, and the reason why that matters is, weirdly enough, the stage you kind of level up over the course of the game. Not really, but basically for every stage you clear, you start the next stage with 20 extra vitality. There actually is no maximum health in this game, or I think the maximum might be 999, but I'm not sure it's even possible to get that high. Yeah, there's definitely not enough health pickups in any given level to get you that high. But your starting health for each stage goes up with every one you clear. So you actually do want to save the harder ones for last from the first four, where you can actually choose the order. There might even be some argument for doing this stage first. I don't know if this is the easiest stage of the first four, but it's definitely the shortest. Kind of a boring segment right here. It's kind of segments like this that make me think that this game isn't exactly a masterpiece. That's the thing with a lot of treasure games, is they tend to like have massive variety and creativity with their set pieces and boss fights and everything. That's what the games are all about, and they have some amazing stuff, you know, these treasure games, but also the occasional bit of shit. The set pieces are kind of hit and miss, and that very slow climb up the tower there is one of the misses in this game, I would say. Although that's the other thing, is wildly inventive set pieces and boss designs, and usually some really involved mechanics as well. I love all the different just moves you can do in this game apart from shooting. You get the slide, the throw, the body slam. We even got this block here that I never ever use. Okay, here, let's block this guy's opening attack, since I always mess up the timing on the dodge there. Actually, we probably want to... Oh, should have blocked that one. Oops. Ooh, yeah, that's right, these black guys. The different color enemies actually do have slightly different capabilities. It's like, yeah, those black ones, yeah, as you saw there, can block your shots. Yeah, let's go. Okay, this would be a Jedi for this stage, because apparently it's just all fire. Yeah, I'm sick of the other fire weapons, so let's do some lightsaber action right here. I think this might be the second most damaging weapon in the game, next to the Chaser Fire. Cool thing about this one too is that it eats lasers and bullets, which really trivializes some boss fights. This is actually a really good weapon for the obligatory shmup section that we'll see later on. always annoys me that you can't actually damage this guy during the opening little scene there. This is an interesting fight right here. Oh yeah, the different difficulties in this game are actually really interesting. They change the game quite a bit depending on whether you're playing on easy or normal or hard or expert. Basically, the enemies get faster and more plentiful and have more health, but the bosses in particular, they take less damage from your weapons, and they have like new attacks, and their attacks are slightly different depending on the difficulty. So yeah, they've actually really did a good job of kind of mixing things up here. There's a strategy you can use for this fight. Yeah, so you might think it would be, with your throw move, you might think it would be fun to try and throw this guy off the plane here, which you can do, by the way, and it is fun to beat him that way. But yeah, you only do like 40 damage at a time, so it's not super effective. What you actually want to do is throw him straight up in the air and get him to land on the plane. Also, just letting him throw himself off the side is another fun way to win this fight. So yeah, this is kind of a surefire way to do this fight, is just kick your way up. Oh, can we do this? Can we make him kill himself? Jump off. Do it. Do it, you wuss. Kill yourself. Right off the edge. Okay, fine. Eh, he falls off either way. Okay, so yay, that's one stage we managed to clear without a game over, at least. Not unlike Hyperstone Heist, though, you actually do get infinite continues in this game. Well, there's one part in the game in particular, which I told you already is Stage 5, where you really, really don't want to continue. Kind of a toss-up as to whether to do Black Space or 7 Force next. There's some tricky shit in Black Space, though, so I think we'll do the mine. Be aggressive! That's actually, they did a overclocked remix, or OC remix. Do they still go by overclocked remix, or have they just shortened it to OC remix by now? Whatever. OC remix did a Gunstar Heroes album, which I believe was called Be Aggressive. Which is apparently, I don't know, a famous line from this game. I always thought it was just me, but yeah, I really like the just random like lines of encouragement that the professor gives you for each stage. Save them! Yeah, I kind of just want to show off all the different weapons, even though they aren't necessarily that much more effective. Generally, like, there's not enough... Like, yeah, for a stage like this, where you have such crazy mobility, like the ability to flip between the top and the bottom, like this is actually a really good weapon for the lightsaber weapon. Because the lightsaber weapon and this are basically the exact same thing, except this one does a lot less damage, doesn't eat shots, doesn't eat through enemy shots, and what is it? Less damage, and yeah, extra range, which is the one benefit. I actually like this weapon with fixed shot. This is one of my favorite weapons. You can just be like a little turret spew. Also, it's just kind of a neat one to look at in general, because as cool as the lightning saber is, just as a concept, it's like, hey, I'm playing a Jedi. It's like the best experience I think you'll ever have, sort of, pretending to be a Jedi in a video game. Much more so than the SNES Star Wars games, at least. I actually haven't played any of the modern ones, so maybe Force Unleashed is alright, who knows. Yeah, definitely don't want Fire Lightning for the boss coming up here, though. So yeah, we're going to keep the double lightning. Yeah, definitely want a ranged weapon for 7 Force coming up at the end of all this. Yeah, this is actually a relatively easy stage, actually, if you haven't noticed so far. Because I was saying, you know, you want to do the stages in order of difficulty, so why am I doing this easy stage third? But yeah, the whole... Like, yeah, the showstopper for this whole stage right here is the boss, which is this big, epic, sort of legendary piece of gaming history, of gaming culture, is yeah, 7 Force at the end of this stage here. This isn't 7 Force right here. This is just M. Bison throwing soldiers at us. I think this guy's called Colonel Red in the English translation. I think he was called Smash Daisaku in Japanese, which they still call him Smash Daisaku, actually. Like, he has his own little boss intro, like this bit right here, where it shows you the boss's name and the attacks. They show that later on in the game, and he's still Smash Daisaku in-game, but in the manual he was Colonel Red. Which is a bit confusing, because one of the player characters' names is Red, too. Okay, so here we get to fight Green and his 7 Force, the evil Gunstar brother. Or I think it was brainwashed or something, is the way the story goes. I don't know exactly. Okay. Really, you can use just about any weapon effectively on this guy, just by doing the kind of strategy that I'm doing here. Yeah, you kind of want to just hang out in the center. But yeah, true to the name, 7 Force here has 7 different phases to the fight. Or actually, that's one of the things that changes with the difficulty setting. On normal, you only fight 5 of the 7 forms, chosen at random. And then on easy, I think you only fight 3. It's only on hard and expert that you actually fight all 7 forces of the 7 Force. Which in my opinion is just one more reason to always play on at least hard mode. There's actually other, like, really neat stuff about some of the boss fights that you just completely miss out on if you're playing on normal or easy. So I think hard is kind of like the minimum required to get the full experience out of this game. Like, it doesn't do the Konami thing or anything where it, like, locks you out of the good ending. Wow, I just completely forget how this guy works for some reason. This is another one of those bosses where fixed shot is much, much better. Because, yeah, that's kind of the problem here. So, yeah, you can't really just, like, get into a good position and just fire away at him. Yeah, you gotta keep kind of walking back and forth like that with the diagonals. Okay, that's got him. Actually, for this whole fight in general, I think fixed shot is generally better. And yeah, this right here is just a reflex test. This fight is actually trivially easy with chaser fire, because you can actually set it up to destroy everything that he shoots at you. And again, this is actually a much harder fight on expert. Yeah, basically as the difficulty increases, his speed gets faster and faster. So you have less time to react, and he throws, like, more and more of them at you. This guy here is actually not too bad. With either character and with any weapon. Just gotta find the magic spot right here. He actually can graze you with that tail there if you're not careful. Okay, this should get him. What was that? 4? 5 phases? This right here. So this is kind of the intended way to do the fight. Just, yeah, get shot in the face like that. So yeah, you're like whipping back and forth, trying to dodge the shots there. And then when he goes to reload, you can start to wail on him. There's actually... Yeah, as it turns out, the gun barrel is actually longer than the width of the battle arena, though. This isn't even like a magic pixel thing. You can very, very easily just sit underneath him on just pretty much any spot. Well, this is one where it's, yeah, way, way easier to do this form with fixed shot. Because, yeah, this guy, yeah, you can't really get on the level with him, and yeah, get like a good spark to just sort of fire at him from the side. So you got to do a lot of, yeah, sort of zigzagging back and forth to get the right angle on him. Second form's not too bad though, or second form of this form is not too bad. I think this is it, or I think we got the tiger. Yeah, we have to do Tiger Force still. But yeah, this is, yeah, an iconic boss fight right here in the history of video games. They actually brought it back for Alien Soldier. You fight 7 Force, or I think it's just 5 Force in that game. I think they still call it 7 Force, but there's only 5 phases to that version of the fight. And they bring back, like, yeah, the 7 Force theme and everything. Yep, here we go. Or at least I'm assuming, I always assumed this was Tiger Force. I'm just guessing on the names. Like, you fight them all in a random order, so the, like, the names that you see in the at the beginning of the fight don't necessarily correspond to the order that they actually come up in the fight. Okay, this attack right here is where you get a chance to get some damage on them. Another big change from the harder difficulty settings. That laser bounces around for frickin' forever on expert mode. Like on easy and normal it bounces like 2 or 3 times. But yeah, on the harder difficulties that thing goes crazy. Okay, that was a pretty clean fight. Actually, I do game over on that fight sometimes still, so... Weirdly enough, he just gives you the gem after all that. Okay, so we go to black now. Which again, I'm not sure it's the hardest of the first 4 stages, but it's definitely the longest. Oh yeah, a little trick with the yeah, weapon dispensers there is if you tackle them or drop kick them, you can actually yeah, get extra weapon picks-ups out of them. And it's like either this or Double Lightning. This is actually very, very similar to Double Lightning. At least in the way it kind of looks. But actually, yeah, the way it kind of swings around, it's like more of like a... almost whip-like in the way that it yeah, kind of moves around, which I always found really neat. It's kind of not a great weapon for that reason, just because of that turning speed is really inconvenient. So what you have to do to use this one effectively is to let go of the fire button sometimes when you want to turn around quickly, and that's kind of hard to keep track of sometimes, I find. Okay, good enough. We'll go... Yeah, that Force Lightning is just so similar to the Double Lightning that I don't want to use it after doing a whole stage of Double Lightning. This weapon right here, I'm not... I used to think it was horrible. I think it's alright now. I'm still not... It's not the best weapon or anything, but it's really versatile. Like, you really can't go wrong with it. Like, every boss in the game... Like, there are some weapons that are just useless or, like, really, really hard to use against some bosses. But this is probably the best all-purpose weapon in the game right here. Like, almost any boss is at least reasonable to fight with this thing. Oh, hey, we'll actually have our pick of weapons right here. Oh, hey, we can go Double Force. And actually, yeah, we've got like a full room of items right here. Maybe we can just go down the list. And yeah, so maybe just to delineate, so we got Force up here, we got Fire, Lightning, and Chaser are the 4 sort of basic weapons, and then they combine to make different things. Yeah, it's funny, the Chaser weapons are basically, like, overpowered on the easier difficulty settings. But on the harder difficulties, the damage of all of your weapons falls off dramatically. And the Chaser weapons, in particular, do a lot less damage on hard and expert mode. To the point where they become, like, just completely... like, almost worthless for some bosses. Like, it takes forever to take out some of the later bosses with Chaser weapons, except for Chaser Fire, of course, which has crazy damage at the cost of being really, really difficult to use. Yeah, this is a tricky one right here. You see the way that it's set up at the end there. It's like you want to cross those green barriers at the top, but they all go away at once. Yeah, this right here, another like classic, iconic moment in video game history. It's one they actually brought back in, what was it? Cuphead just recently did a whole dice maze thing. Okay, this is basically just a joke boss right here. They actually brought this guy back in Alien Soldier 2 and made a proper boss fight out of him. He actually does do something if you let him survive. This right here isn't an attack. There. He drops that little bomb on you and then repeats his whole cycle of nonsense. Yeah, that's Melon Bread. Basically a joke boss. And again, they put a reference to him in Cuphead as well, in the dice maze, weirdly enough. Oh yeah, and unlike Cuphead, though, you have no control over the outcome of the die in this game. So yeah, it's completely random. At least as far as I know. Yeah, I remember watching like an AGDQ run of this game before, but I can't remember at all whether they had a trick to manipulate the die or not. I wonder. Like it doesn't like it goes through like a fixed cycle. Yeah, I don't think there's any opportunity to throw it again or anything after you see the result. This is kind of a boring filler boss right here. Like, he's fine as a mid-boss in the stages, but I guess they need something to fill out all those squares on the board. It's actually a fun boss to fight just because your different special moves are also effective on him. You can throw him, you can slide into him. All kinds of fun things. Not a 2, not a 2, not a 2! Okay. Actually, I think this is Minion Soldier right here, which is worse. Oh no, Vortex Base. Yeah, I think we passed Minion Soldier. Oh no. Yeah, those go by a lot slower on the easier difficulty settings, to the point where you can actually kind of plan and dodge them. I hope for easy patterns like that aren't hard to keep track of. Holy shit, Double Force is, like, wrecking this guy. I didn't realize this was such a good weapon. I almost never use Double Force. Oh, hey, that's a good roll. Oh, this gets us Gondola, I think, which is another one of the tougher ones here, especially with free shot, and especially with this weapon. Yeah, you want to take out those bombs, because those bombs will do that. And yeah, so basically just chip away at the battlefield and give you less space to work with as you go on. That's fine, we'll just confine ourselves to the right-hand side. And then sure enough, yeah, it kind of scrolls off. And it's not just like creating new platforms for us either. This thing actually does like rotate. Like if we loop the conveyor belt back around far enough, yeah, those holes will pop up again. I don't know what determines. Okay. And then yeah, on expert mode, I think you have to actually take out all of the turrets there. Now we get to the moment of truth. Okay, so 1 gets us an item, which has some extra health in the room. 2 gets us the way back, and 3 gets us the boss. What's it gonna be? I don't know if it's, like, rigged to almost never... Like you know, pretty much any time you come up to that point, it's 1 in 3 to hit the way back, which takes you back to start, but it's not as bad as it sounds, because it doesn't refresh the board, so any of the cleared spaces will stay cleared, and if you land on them again, you don't have to do them again. So we didn't get the item room with the extra health and everything, but that's fine, because this boss right here is really, really easy. Probably the easiest of the main bosses. I was about to say easiest boss in the whole game, but, you know, melon bread is a thing. Well, frankly, this guy's not that much tougher than melon bread. You can pretty much stay here and be safe from most of his attacks. Not that one. Is he gonna do green? Okay, we'll show off his green attack. Yeah, it's just all of his attacks are completely telegraphed and really slow and really easy to dodge. This fight doesn't even get any harder on the harder difficulty settings. He just moves around, he just steps around the room a little bit faster. Chomp! I'm too clever for you. That does actually do damage to you and kill you if you're low enough on health. I think it does like 30 damage or something. Fool me once, man. Okay, looks like that's the real one. Actually, I guess black just throws it at you too. I was talking shit about green for just giving you the gem for no reason after the fight. Well, yeah, so as to the plot in this game, they actually explain it in some detail, I think, in the manual. It's, yeah, basically Empire's going for the gems to awaken an ancient super weapon or some shit. On the one hand, I actually was really having a good time with that double force. On the other hand, I'm gonna actually want to fire either fire lightning or chaser fire for later on in the level. So yeah, these boxes, some of them contain health and some of them contain nothing. You can waste a lot of time opening them too. These boxes have a lot of health, and like the enemies are just spawning constantly as you do it. This is just like the balls to the wall action level right here. Like if you don't like, this is like the quintessence of run and gun in this stage. It's just flat terrain all the way through, infinite spawning enemies. Fucking go for it. Which it sounds like really lazy and stupid, but I think it like really works for this game. I actually really enjoy this level. The thing that's shitty about it is that it's really long and there are no checkpoints. If you get a game over here, you gotta redo the whole thing from the beginning. And usually when that happens, I just give up. That's what happened last time I played this on stream. You got a game over on the boss of this stage, had to redo the whole thing, and I just decided, fuck it, let's play something else. It's not that the boss of this stage is super difficult or anything either. I was just rather drunk at the time. That's my excuse, at least. Sort of a progression to this stage too. You'll see that was the red enemy part of the level, and now we move on to the yellow ones. Oh, nope, black right here. Yep, and that throw move right there, I believe, is kind of exclusive to the black enemies. You know what, I think I actually do like the big whip of fire for this right here. Oh! Jesus! So yeah, that platform there, you can actually throw it if you manage to get close to it. You know what, it's not worth my time to fuck around with these guys. They wouldn't give us health in 2 crates in a row, so we're gonna move on. Oh boy, yeah, that was not... And you can see there, I lost 20 health going for a potential 10 health inside of a crate. Oh boy, this is going very badly already. Get this guy off my ass. There we go. There's actually a point in the level where you can get effectively infinite health. Although it's a bit tricky to get it consistently and to keep it going. Oh boy. Yeah, we've lost like 40 health going for these shitty crates so far, I think. Actually, I think that one on the top actually has some health, and we've been, yeah, chipping away at it for a good long while, so there we go. Yeah, I think we're going to use this lightsaber here for the next little while. It's really good in the next in the shooter level, in the level after this coming up. It's not actually that great for this level right here, but the problem is you don't have a lot of opportunities to get the weapons you want beyond this level. Like once you're locked into the shooter, basically the level after this is like a shmup segment. And there aren't a lot of opportunities to change your weapons during that stage, and the weapon drops that you do get are very random. And there's a lot of weapons that are just really, really terrible for the shmup stage, so I kind of make a point of always trying to finish this level here with something that's good for the next stage. And yeah, lightsaber here is my favorite. Okay. That guy right there in the barrel is your cue to start edging things forward a little bit more slowly, because this, so normally when you body slam a dispenser, it only gives you like a maximum of 3 extra, but yeah, they can get taken out by enemies, so that's what I meant about it being tricky. But that one right there, for some reason, that comes from behind, yeah, that one can dispense infinite health, not just 3, but you have to sort of, you have to follow it along and not let it go off screen and not let it die. These guys right here, I don't have a good way to deal with them. Actually, with my lightsaber. It was maybe a mistake to bring this thing to the end of the level. Oh god, even with the death, in their death throws, they kick at me. Okay, there's got to be a good way for dealing with these guys. I think there's one more big walker. There we go. Okay, 113 is pretty good going into the boss here. Okay, here we are. Final great soldier. Love dancing. No, he's not the boss. Again, it annoys me that you can't hit him when he's doing all this. Okay, here we go. So this is Smash Daisaku. So above all, you want to be careful not to throw this guy. He has a really nasty counter attack where he just kind of headbutts you at extreme speed if you try to throw him. Other than that, this is actually this first phase of the fight is actually pretty easy. I think it's even easier than when you fight him in Orange's stage. Okay, and then this second phase right here, there's a bit of a trick to it. Oh, that is not the trick. He does 20 damage to you every time you let him do that. That's it right there. So you can get him into a loop. Ah, dang it. I think I might have fucked it up. Okay, if you stand close enough... Okay, whatever. So yeah, his throw is really damaging to you, but your throw is really damaging to him. So if you can get him into a bit of a loop where he keeps doing this... Okay. One more. Okay. Oh shit, this is gonna be close after all. Okay, we got him. Barely. Oh yeah, I was talking about the plot. Yeah, the Empire wants 4 gems to awaken an ancient weapon and take over the world or some shit. And yeah, apparently the ancient weapon that they're looking for is up there on the moon, so that's where we're off to next. And hey, the pygmies from the first stage come back to help us in the end after we blew up all their houses. Yeah, you notice how it switches my weapon when I advance through the text here. For some reason, it doesn't recognize your changes to your controls on the level select screen here. So it's like I'm hitting A to advance through the text, and A is the default button for switching weapons. Okay, so this is the shmup level right here. It's kind of a completely different gameplay style, which means that, yeah, a lot of weapons just become completely terrible. Although the thing is, because shmups are all about dodging bullets, weapons that eat bullets are actually crazy useful. And on the harder difficulty settings, where, yeah, the enemies just throw tons and tons of bullets at you, yeah, the ability to just ignore them is just crazy good. I guess this isn't the best weapon for killing all the enemies. Like, if you're going for high score for some reason, this is not a good weapon. But, who gives a shit about score? Oh yeah, speaking of who gives a shit about score, we got a, oh yeah, we got a fun boss coming up right away. And I literally mean like a fun boss. This boss exists purely for fun. Yeah, I keep forgetting about the boosters. Okay, so this is the rematch with the timer on. Or I say rematch, we didn't actually fight him. This is one of the optional bosses in the Dice Maze in Black stage. So you can see the timer's going up. And that's basically the whole gimmick with this fight. This is essentially a mini-game unto itself. You can destroy the timer on anytime you want. It has, like, no health. But if you let the timer tick up, its attacks get increasingly elaborate as you go on. And sure enough, you can actually win this little minigame by maxing out the timer at 99 minutes, 99 seconds. And you'll unlock a little Easter egg where you get a bit of text on screen. What does it say? It's like, you have unlocked the Satori mind, or something like that. And then you get a massive score bonus as for all of that. And that's all you get. that's the only, like, actual only actual benefit, quote unquote, to actually completing this little mini game. Is, yeah, just a big point score, whole bunch of bonus points. Kind of want to survive here long enough just to see the next big change, because I mean, you can see how the bullets are kind of getting a bit more frequent as we go on here. But I really want to show, like, at least show the progression a little bit and show what happens once we get to the next phase here. And it gets, like, much more elaborate. It's like later on you got them, like, in, like, coming out in spread shots where it'll be, like, shooting out 3 at a time from each of these little, I don't know, portals or whatever that they're coming out of. And then you'll have, like, this, like, these bouncy balls bouncing all over the screen, and you have, like, this, like, orb of death following you that just kills you in one touch. Yeah, a lot of crazy stuff that you'll end up seeing by the end if you, yeah, play the timer on to 99, 99, 99. I've never actually done it legitimately. I did it once using save states in an emulator, just to see what would happen. Just to see that the screenshots that I saw of it hadn't been photoshopped or whatever. Because, yeah, those were, I guess, were the days before YouTube. I'm sure there's a video on YouTube by now of someone doing, like, a legit no save state timer on fight by now. Man, this thing's like, it's, and as much as I say that this fight is for fun right here, I find it kind of tedious. I really think they could have maybe maxed out the timer at, like, I don't know, at like 9:99.99, like make it a 10-minute fight rather than an hour-and-a-half long fight. Because, yeah, you can see we're like 3 minutes into it, and, okay, sure, there's more bullets, and it's a little bit trickier, but not much has changed by now. It's like you got to be doing this for like half an hour before you start to see the real interesting shit. wonder if we can just do it like this. Oh, damn it. Yeah, that's the tricky thing about using the jump jets there, is that you... Because, yeah, the bullets are programmed to not spawn right on top of you. They'll go on the opposite side of the screen from wherever you are. I'm taking all this damage now, too, so I'm all the more likely to die later on in the stage now. Maybe 5 minutes was the first threshold. If nothing happens by 5 minutes, I'm just gonna exit out and kill this thing. Oh yeah, and obvious. If it wasn't obvious, yeah, you can't kill the timer on bullets with chaser fire or lightsaber. Nothing's different. Okay, whatever. Look it up on YouTube and you can see the crazy shit that the timer on can do. You get a bonus at the end, at least, for however long you survive. Little asteroid bit here. Actually, this stage in general I find very reminiscent of the space level from Rocket Knight Adventures. Actually, it's my understanding that a lot of the guys at Treasure actually got their start at Konami. I believe some of them were involved in the creation of Hyperstone Heist, if I'm not mistaken. And yeah, it wouldn't surprise me at all to find that they were yeah, involved with Rocket Knight Adventures as well. Hell, you can tell me that like Rocket Knight Adventures was like made entirely by Treasure employees, and I would believe you, because that game is just like reeks of Treasure through and through. Or the basic mechanics are a bit simplistic for Treasure, but just like the crazy variety. I don't know what I did to deserve this, but I'll take it. There's supposed to be lasers, just like this. Okay, apparently if you just hang out on the top, they just don't shoot at you. Okay, I think we have got some health coming up. If I remember the stage right. There we go. I just gotta pause to scratch my head. Oh yeah, the change in perspective here is really cool too. Because yeah, if it wasn't obvious, those soldiers we see here aren't meant to be pygmies like the dudes in the first level. It's just a change in scale. So it's like we were in this big spaceship, and then so the soldiers look smaller, which I just think is really cool. Or what would have been neat is they'd have brought back like these like the sprites for those soldiers and actually given us like little pygmy soldiers as enemies at some point in the game, which I guess they kind of do. Because, yeah, there's the minion soldier that we didn't end up seeing in the dice maze. Okay, this boss right here is a son of a bitch. Unless you have the lightsaber here. If you have it, it's completely trivial. Yeah, this guy just like fires bullets like crazy, and they're like spread shots and exploding bullets that explode into other bullets, and it's just ridiculous the shit you have to dodge in that fight. But yeah, with the lightsaber, you can just like eat through all of it, just sit on top of them. Yeah, this is kind of demonstrating the limitations of the lightsaber right here. Can't quite reach him, although this nonsense should stop any second now. There we go. But yeah, also showing the usefulness of this weapon here. Ooh, health. Thank you. This is another one of those sections of the game where you really, really don't want to have to restart. Although, if I'm not mistaken, you get a checkpoint after the cannon there. I could be wrong about that. I almost never die to this next segment here, though. If I'm gonna take a game over in this level, it's almost always, yeah, from the big cannon. Okay, and now for the rematch with 7 Force. So this is a cool fight right here. It's actually not at all similar to the 7 Force fight. That's, yeah, basically his different forms are his different attacks. And yeah, if you're going with a kind of a lightsaber-based strategy like we're doing here, yeah, that Urchin Force there is the one that you want. I think he can actually, like, some of those shots can get away from you and hit you if you get a unlucky angle. Oh shit, this one right here sucks. Oh god, this one right here sucks too. Not hard to dodge, but there's not really an easy way to get hits on him. Actually, oh yeah, you can just eat the shots. Alright. And then, yeah, there's definitely a checkpoint after this fight. Okay, so now we're back to the regular gameplay, and we crash land on the moon. Now, I definitely don't want lightsaber for this fight. The problem is I don't know exactly what I want. I've never really found a good weapon for this next fight here. This might be alright. Yeah, I think maybe this one. Yeah, like I said, kind of versatile. It's like, this weapon isn't great for very many boss fights, but it's not really bad for any boss fights. The fact that it, like, condenses a lot of damage into, like, one kind of slow-firing shot makes it useful for a lot of fights where you don't have a lot of opportunities to hit the boss, which is sort of what we've got coming up right here. Okay. Oh, you know what? Lightning might have been decent, or the lightsaber would have been decent maybe for this first form. So yeah, it's kind of a bit of memorization here. You really have to learn, yeah, the timing on the hammer there. You have to anticipate when it's gonna fall. So you gotta watch the background very carefully here. It's kind of annoying. There's no real good opportunities to hit him during this phase. Actually, yeah, those laser shooting robots actually don't appear in the normal version of this fight. That is the normal difficulty version. Makes it a lot easier, but... Oh my god, yeah, it's really, really difficult to watch the background and above you at the same time. Actually, yeah, if I'm gonna die at all on this boss, which does happen from time to time, yeah, it's gonna be on this first phase. Actually, the other two phases of this fight are actually really easy. But yeah, this first one, there we go. That bit right there is actually a suicide attack. You'll take a bunch of damage if that falls on you. Oh yeah, this right here I don't think happens on normal mode either. Yeah, just these little drones that the core shoots out just do not appear at all on normal or easy. I don't know, maybe they're on normal. It's been ages since I played on normal. Back in the day I would have played on easy, because I played every game on easy mode because I was terrible at video games and got really upset about being terrible at video games. So yeah, I'd always play on easy to minimize my frustration. Yeah, this boss right here is actually comparatively simple. That's all everything it does, you saw right there. It just circles around and sometimes comes into the foreground and vomits blue shit at you. For some reason we get the 7 Force music here. I guess it's a little bit reminiscent of 7 Force in that it's like, you know, a boss fight with multiple phases to it that are sort of comprised of the same parts. And also it's like a running green thing, which is also just kind of obviously reminiscent of 7 Force. It doesn't do anything other than what you... Like, you've already seen everything this guy can do, though. He shoots a low projectile, he shoots a high projectile, and then he shoots a low projectile, and then he shoots a high projectile. This is the whole fight right here. The only way this fight is tricky if you're trying to, like, speedrun it, and you, like, want to get right up on him with a close-range weapon. Because you can actually get right up in him and just jump over his swinging fists there, like I failed to demonstrate. He switched it on me. Because, yeah, if he does that juke to the side, then you'll fail to jump over it. Gonna body slam him. Oh man, I thought I was gonna be super cool and just like come in with the body slam and finish him off without taking any damage there. And I like how it runs into the center there too. Also, this is a great freeze frame right here. Just like the attention to detail with the Treasure guys and all of their games is just incredible. Okay. Final stage right here. It's just a fucking boss rush. I'm tempted to go with this one just because it's, like I said, it's really good for most boss fights. I kind of want a lightning weapon for the boss after this one, but not a short-range lightning weapon. We're gonna try it. Because, yeah, lightning's really good for the boss after this, and pretty much anything is good enough for this one here. It's actually really tricky to avoid damage there. This is actually kind of a shitty weapon for this, Oh shit! I did not expect him to do that. Yep, right there. The timing to get under him and avoid the machine gun is really tricky. Got just like that, yeah. Fucking it up already. The thing about this, yeah, this whole thing right here is, it's a boss gauntlet, but it's not boss refights. All of the bosses that you fight here are different than when you fought them the first time around. Like, very, very different, to the point where they're not really the same fights at all. Yeah, this is a terrible weapon for this fight. Think we might get him before he stomps on us, though? Hey. We got a second phase now, though. Oops. Oh, shit. I expected him to jump there. I mean, yeah, this fight usually is about that easy. Yeah. And yeah, now you can kind of see the gimmick with this stage right here. So you can see all the enemies kind of watching you on the, I don't know, on the monitor or something in the foreground. And then, yeah, as you progress through the level, they all kind of march out and face you one at a time. My body slam didn't come out there. Chaser Lightning? I haven't really shown it off yet. It's a terrible weapon on hard mode and harder. Just because you can see right here, it's doing shit for damage. It's taking forever to take these things down. But it might be okay for this boss in particular. They're basically, or this isn't even a hard boss. It's just there's one part of the fight, or actually I'm gonna want single chaser for this first phase here. Very similar to the, the single fire. Single chaser is actually pretty damaging compared to most of the things that it combines with. Although, it has the problem of all chaser weapons where it often doesn't home in on things that you want it to. So yeah, maybe we do, oof. Yeah, maybe this is actually, decent way to do this fight. It's almost like they put it into, like, specifically to stymie chaser weapons. But yeah, it seems that most bosses have some kind of, yeah, secondary target. Okay, this is the shit right here. So yeah, for this phase, she'll just send up a claw like that to block your shots if you get too far away from her. And I don't know why they thought this was a good idea for a fight. This is all she does at this point. Is just, yeah, does this and then shoots the bubbles when you get too close. So you want to find the magic spot where you can hit her without getting hit by the bubbles. And so a lightning weapon that can pierce through the bubbles and just kill them as they're coming out and shoot her at the same time is really good. Or something that can just bypass them entirely, like Chaser Lightning. Problem is that, yeah, this is going to be a really shitty weapon for every other boss fight in this area, so... Thankfully, Chaser on its own is a decent weapon. Kind of similar to how Fire can kind of screw you over with some of the weird combinations it has that aren't good for certain bosses. Chaser's kind of the same way, where it's just like a lot of combinations, just not good, not enough damage. But the single Chaser can kind of work as a good fallback. And actually, single Chaser is actually really good for this fight here, because you want to spend most of the fight sort of on a different level from him. Okay, so pretty soon he should go into his second phase, which is kind of harder, but kind of easier. I think once it gets below 3,000. Here we go. Yeah. So this is hard to figure out, but once you get the loop down, it's basically the timing. You want to get at him like right after he does that, but if you go too late, he'll throw you, and if you go too early, then the elbow hits you. There we go. So yeah, that second phase is actually really difficult if you don't have the courage to just get right up in his face and throw him. Okay, now we're probably going to want Fire. Ooh. This isn't good. Does double lightning... Like, this next fight is basically all about damage. Does double lightning do more damage than single Chaser? Oh, also, single Chaser is good for the next fight, too. Shit. I'm only at 105 health, which is pretty bad as well. Fuck it. Let's just give it a shot. I don't use a lot of double lightning. We'll see what it can do. I'm not too impressed so far. So yeah, this first phase of the fight, kind of annoying. Not a lot of opportunities to hit the boss. Basically just dodging shit. Ooh, that was a bad hit right there. I should not have taken that hit. Okay, now... Motherfucker! Tricked me! Now we're on to the second phase of the fight. Fuck! Oh my god! Okay, fool me once, fool me twice, fool me 3 fucking times. That was actually pretty decent, though. He didn't go into the second phase. Second phase, he like shoots 3 laser beams in sort of a triangle and loops them around. So you gotta be circling around them constantly. It's actually kind of tricky. Which is why even though I took those hits, I'm kind of happy that he didn't do it. Like what, I took 3 or 4 hits there? That's probably about what I would have taken if he'd have actually done his regular attack there. Okay. You can kind of get a throw loop on this guy, but not really. Thing is, yeah, you can throw him when he jumps down at you, but not when he jumps up at you. Oh yeah, sometimes you can get the double hit on him right there too. Shit. So yeah, you want to get below him a lot of the time. Yeah, the tricky bit happens, yeah, once he gets below you like that, like this. Because, yeah, if he jumps up at you, he will throw you. And it's extremely painful. Oh, shit. Yep, just like that. 20 damage. The problem with this final stage here, it's actually exceptionally difficult to... Oh, shit. Get through this stage here without having to continue. Thankfully, you don't actually have to get through the whole stage without continuing. So if I die here, I'm going to have to redo that whole boss gauntlet, which really sucks. Oh, so close. Oh, wow, that was easy. Have I found the magic spot right there? Okay. That star there doesn't actually damage you or anything. It's just a smoke bomb. Okay, so the tricky thing about this is if you ever want to do like a 1-credit, like no continues run of Gunstar Heroes, this right here is actually the hardest part of the whole game. Like this whole level right here, because that boss gauntlet is like just so difficult and so arduous and long. Like I typically come to this point in the stage with like basically no life left. Okay, this weapon here is actually, this is probably the one boss fight, weirdly enough, where this force fire is actually like the best weapon you can get, because your target here, so here's gold and silver, the ancient super weapon. Stuck at 50 health for this fucking fight, which is what I mean when I say that this is like the hardest part of the game. It's like you come to the end of that boss gauntlet there, and now you gotta do gold and silver with whatever fucking health you have left. Good luck! Now on a casual run, where you don't give a shit about how many continues you use, this is actually not that bad at all, because this is actually the checkpoint for the stage. If I die on this fight, I just start back at the start of this fight with 200 health instead of 50. I actually prefer a fixed shot for this fight here. Okay, phase 2. He attacks a little less frequently, actually. Oof. Yeah, gold and silver is a beast, though. He's got, like, tons of different attacks. He does them all super quickly. Oh, actually, I get 240 health here. So, yeah, you can actually, like, attack him a bit and throw him around, which is part of what makes the fight really fun. You can kind of stun him for a little bit, which gets you an opportunity to hit the gems, which are your real target. Actually hitting the boss itself doesn't actually do anything. You want to go for the gems. And this is the one weapon that can do tons of damage to all of the gems all at once. So yeah, this is by far the preferred weapon for this fight here. Problem is it's not exactly easy to hit the gems with it, at least certainly not if you're using fixed shot. Sometimes he decides he's just going to take like a little chill-out break. Did I just take a hit there? Didn't look like I did. Oh, hey, that was a... Oop. But yeah, kind of the strategy that I like to do. This second phase is actually easier than the first, I think. Oh yeah, that little fireball lingers on the wall there. So you don't want to be standing too close to the walls when he does that. Okay, once he gets down to 4,000, I think he goes to the next phase. And this is another thing right here, which is where I don't think you get the full experience if you play on normal. If you go on normal, the robot, Gold and Silver, just goes into the background, and he actually doesn't participate in this part of the fight at all. Yeah, it's only on hard and higher that he actually comes out and fights you while the gems are up there doing their attacks, which makes this like a really lame, like really anticlimactic fight right here, because the gems are actually super easy to deal with on their own. Like, yeah, they've got like this really slow, easy to dodge homing laser. This guy's got this really telegraphed, easy to dodge, easy to dodge laser here. Oh, hey there, Maze Whale. Welcome back. I actually think the massive health pool is fine for this boss here, though, because you actually get a checkpoint right in front of the boss. So it's actually fine. Also, there's some really neat interactions between the boss and the gems that you don't get to see on a normal mode playthrough. Oh shit, am I actually gonna game over here? Even with my 240 health, I'm gonna game over? Oh shit, this attack right here is my least favorite. This is the toughest one to dodge. Come on! Do it! Do it for the Gipper! Hey! Oh, if you're gonna cut it close. I probably would have died in one more hit there. But yeah, like that homing, the green gem with the homing shot can actually knock over gold and silver if he hits it with it. And oh yeah, weirdly, another kind of neat thing that I never noticed till later in life, the 4 gems kind of correspond to the 4 weapons. And they have attacks that correspond to your 4 weapons. Like you got the green chaser out of the yellow triangle, you got the kind of force-looking wave coming out of the white force gem. And then the gold and silver's body will actually block that one for you. Which is another, yeah, kind of cool way that he interacts with the gem attacks there. The blue one's got like the lightning laser. So yeah, the colors and attacks of the gems correspond to your 4 basic weapons, which I never realized until later in life, replaying this game again. You get what almost seems like a bad ending here. Like you'd almost expect to get like a true ending playing through the game on hard mode. But you actually don't. This is actually the real ending right here. Also, going back to the whole massive health pool thing, I think it really works for this boss fight in particular, just the intimidation of seeing, like, 9,999 health, motherfucker. Have at it. Especially after the massive boss gauntlet that came before it. Oh, and this fight certainly does. He's got 3 different phases. He's got tons of different attacks. It's just constant action. You can use all your abilities to kind of stun him a little bit, so you can get some interaction with him where you can like throw him, slide into him, body slam him to stun a bit. There's just like tons of interaction. It's actually one of the best boss fights, I think, in video game history, just with the amount of mechanics, the way he interacts with the gems, the way that the strategy for the fight changes depending on which weapon you have equipped. The one downside, I would say, is I wish that there were a way to change weapons mid-fight. I wish there were a breather between each segment of the fight where it would like give you your weapon pickups to change your weapons in the middle. Other than that, though, I think this is one of the best boss fights, best final boss fights even, in video game history. Hey, cool character creator, Han. That's Treasure in general, though. It's like, yeah, name me a monotonous Treasure game with dull boss fights, and it's like... I mean, I haven't played the whole Treasure library. I actually hear Stretch Panic isn't that great. But, yeah. And then, yeah, we get, like, this weird little ending here where, yeah, Green sacrifices himself to kill Gold and Silver. Where it's like, oh, that's sad. I wanted to save Green. All these retro remakes. Yeah, I've played Alien Soldier. I'm not the greatest at it. I've beaten it, but I haven't beaten it no 1cc, no continues style. Kind of had to credit feed my way through that game. I've been meaning to go back to it someday and go for that, like a 1 credit clear, get through it with no continues, but yeah, I haven't actually... Or I made one... Actually, at the same time, Slow Beef was doing the same thing on his channel, trying to clear Alien Soldier without continuing. I sort of went through with him, or went through trying to do the same thing as him at the same time, but I didn't manage to do it. I only managed... I think I actually got as far as... Weirdly enough, I got as far as 7 Force in Alien Soldier, and that was the part that stumped me. Yeah, I think 7 Force in Alien Soldier is actually not a good boss fight. I don't like the 7 Force fight in that game at all. But anyways, that's Gunstar Heroes. So yeah, I kind of got through like the first 2 games that I had planned on my list here. We made an attempt at Hyperstone Heist, which ended on stage 3? No, we made it to stage 4, which I was kind of happy with. Alien Soldier is another one where it's like you got even more crazy moves than you do in Gunstar Heroes. And unlike in Gunstar Heroes, where they're kind of bonuses, like you can get through the whole game without knowing like how to bounce off, how to, you know, wall bounce, how to body slam, how to slide, how to do the weird little turnaround dash. There's a blocking move in this game that most people don't even know about. You can hold shot and jump at the same time to block shots and take reduced damage. all these extraneous moves that you don't even need to get through the game. It's just extra flavor, extra fluff, extra cool things to do that aren't necessary to get through the game. Alien Soldier has all those crazy moves, but they're entirely necessary to beat the bosses, and it's necessary to like know about their very specific and intricate properties to get through some of the bosses reasonably, which is yeah, it's a really intimidating game. I'd almost want to do a practice run, I think, of that one before I embarrass myself on stream trying to play through it. Nevertheless, since you mentioned it, let's just do that now. I'll go make my first attempt at a 1-credit, no continue run of Alien Soldier. And actually, this is going to be another thing right here. This will give me an opportunity to work up my voice. I've been wanting to... I avoid reading during RPGs and just games that I play just because I hate the sound of my own voice. But this game right here has an epically long intro that I just want to read through. So, okay. The year is 2015. Hey, the planet Sierra is gripped by fear as in the midst of a deep crisis. The evil terrorist group Scarlet are still a commanding force. They have the power to prevent humans traveling to and from the outside universe. Scarlet's members consist of artificial beings created using super genetic engineering by the Sierrans. Scarlet is an underground organization that has been secretly formed with the express intention of destroying the human race. In addition to their high level of intelligence and awesome strength, Scarlet's I'm reading too fast now. Scarlet's members are equipped with parasitic abilities that allow them to live within human beings, animals, and machinery. I really should wait for more to come up so I can plan out my readings in advance. Equipped with these abilities, they conquered the Sierrans and stand on the brink of obtaining supremacy over Sierra. This thing goes on for fucking ever and none of it makes any sense. Epsilon Eagle, the boss of the Scarlet Group, is the intended target of an assassination attempt being planned by Sierrans. A special combat group capable of using superpowers was secretly dispatched to carry out this mission. The plot in this game is just ridiculous. And it ties into all the boss fights and stuff, too. Whatever. Scarlet unleashed a sudden attack on Epsilon with their superpowers. Epsilon, seriously damaged by the attack, was thrown into the time-space continuum, which had been activated by Scarlet's use of superpowers. Not even a cutscene or anything. Yeah, this is an emulator right here. I don't actually own any retro game consoles myself, sadly. Can't justify the cost. With Epsilon seemingly gone forever, She-Tiger, whatever, took control of Scarlet amidst the resulting confusion. With Z-Tiger now in charge, the terrorist attacks against Sierrans became more frequent and brutal. With this increase in attacks towards Sierrans, Z-Tiger soon became unpopular amongst Scarlet members. As a result, the demands for reinstatement of Epsilon as the leader of Scarlet Group became stronger. This is Kega Fusion right here, version 3.64. Having been isolated from the other Scarlet members, Z-Tiger decided to assassinate Epsilon, again, apparently. In an attempt to activate the space-time continuum, Z-Tiger ordered an attack on Sierran's research laboratory, where children with superpowers for some reason, were being held hostage, having been kidnapped. Z-Tiger sensed something was wrong. He could feel the presence of Epsilon in one of the boys. However, he was unsure because he couldn't pinpoint the evil from Epsilon, who had entered the boy's body and was now living as a parasite inside of him. In an attempt to get Epsilon out of the boy's body, Z-Tiger took a young girl hostage and threatened to kill her unless Epsilon released the boy. I believe that's the girl who pilots 7 Force that we encounter in the game. The boy flew into a rage and morphed his body into Epsilon, so the boy just became Epsilon Eagle anyways, so what's the fucking point? Suddenly, where the boy had been standing now stood a Birdman with steel wings. Epsilon's mind was in conflict as a battle between its real nature, human justice, and foreign force raged on. Z-Tiger could sense an unknown power within Epsilon and fled immediately, having killed the girl first. Epsilon... Oh, we got dialogue now. He's a Birdman, so I guess... Rat! Z-Tiger! No, I will never let you get away. Epsilon was not the only creature of his kind. Somehow another Birdman with a similar body had been created. Although their bodies were identical, you encounter them in the game, they're not at all identical. Their minds were very different, unknown to everyone. The mind of the mysterious new Birdman was filled with an evil ambition. He also flew off in search of Z-Tiger. I think that's like the bird boss, like the gun bird thing you fight with like the guns on his wings that you fight. So it's like all these like random dudes we're hearing about in the story here. Also, that's like some weird alien. It's like a moth or something attached to the surface of the planet. That just... It's like bad fan fiction. This is like something that like the guy who wrote Consequences of Evil, the infamous Doom fanfic, would write. It's hilarious. Oh my god. I just love it. Oh, there was a voice there. I didn't hear what they said. Whatever. BGM switch. Sure. Why would you want to switch the BGM off? But yeah, oh, do we not have control options here? That might be terrible. This is the Japanese version, or it's not the Japanese version, but as far as I understand it, the Japanese and American versions are actually the same, right down to the English scrolling text. Like, the scrolling text you get in the Japanese version is the same as in the English version. In English, still, as if I remember correctly. So yeah, what you see is what you get here. Oh, this game has passwords. I completely forgot this game even had passwords. Oh, it just says Alien Soldier. Cool. I like that voice. That girl has a sexy voice. Okay, this is the other thing. You can, just like in Gunstar Heroes, you can completely fuck yourself here with your weapon choice. I think it's always good to have at least one homing force. Ranger Force kind of sucks, except for certain bosses. Sword and Lancer Force are like basically the same thing. I'll take one of each. And then I'll take Flame, I guess. All these different options for the health display too. I actually don't like the numbers, although you can even choose not to display them. You can just not know. Oh, it's a bit different. Then maybe they cleaned up the grammar or something then. It's still in English though, right? It's not in Japanese? Okay. Yeah, I never actually went through and read it to compare the differences, but if I remember correctly, like, yeah, it's still English text. So yeah, you can get any combination of, like, bars, numbers, or pips for your, or hidden for your, yeah, different status windows. I prefer... I want to get this right. Because there are some... Oh, wow, so it's a completely different story. I might have to play the Japanese version sometimes. Yeah, I like numbers for enemies. Actually, no. I want numbers for force and bars for the other two. There we go. That's the one that I like. Type 4. See, I can't read numbers at a glance. I want to see, like, physically. I want to just glance up at the top and see how much health I have and how much health the enemy has. But I want to know exactly how much ammo I have. Yeah, this is the thing right here. Is I would prefer the way I had it in Gunstar Heroes with B to jump and A to shoot. I guess I could just reconfigure my gamepad here, but we'll go with what they give us. Okay. Oh, right, and the shot mode changed too. Because, yeah, you can switch. It's kind of like in, what's it called? Hardcore, Contra Hardcore. You can switch between fixed and free shot, essentially. Oh yeah, the counter move that I didn't even know existed the first time I played the game. Okay, whatever. This isn't supposed to be a proper run of the game anyways. Let's just get this over with and embarrass ourselves. Okay, right off the bat, I'm having some difficulty selecting my weapons. Weapon selection is a bit tricky, it seems. Oh, right. Yeah. Oh my god. Oh my god. Yeah, the way my controls... Okay, let's just not mess with the robot dudes. Not sure I wanted that weapon there, but whatever. Going with Saber instead. And that's kind of the way you can screw yourself. Like, what if you end up against a robot boss? I want my fire back, actually. Oh, that's not the one. That's not the one I wanted. Oh well, maybe it's better than I remembered. Yeah, it is so hard to change weapons in this game. Like, I'm expecting just, like in Gunstar Heroes, just tap the button. And that's all you need. Jeez. There's gotta be a better way to change weapons here. Oh god, I swear to god I used to be decent at this game. Part of it is the controls. Like, I actually have my jump and shoot kind of reversed from the way I like it here. Actually, I am finding that I'm actually kind of getting used to the, yeah, whole weapon change thing here pretty quickly. Oh, we're gonna suffer a time over right away. Okay, it's a bad game for commentary too, because I really need to focus on what the fuck I'm doing. Okay, cool. That was Alien Soldier. So like I said, I want to practice that one off camera before I do a proper run of it on stream. That was even worse than I expected. I thought I'd at least make it to the crab bloke, which was kind of my first stopping point when I was first learning this game, but yeah. Fucked up controls didn't help much either. But yeah, that's Alien Soldier. Holy shit. That went worse than I could have imagined. So yeah, I'm going to practice that one a little bit off stream before I try to exhibit that one on a retro game night. Let's see, what else have I got here? You know what, I just found out recently that there's a Castle of Illusion game on Genesis here, which kind of intrigues me. I was never a Master System kid back in the day. I didn't even know the Master System existed back when I was a kid. I only found out that, yeah, Sega had an 8-bit console. Surprised, and that just blew my mind. Yeah, Mickey Mouse Castle of Illusion. Yeah, it blew my mind that that Sega had an 8-bit console, and that I just somehow never heard of until I was like into my 20s. So I went back and I didn't actually show it off or anything. I should have done it for YouTube or Twitch or something, but I just on my own time, I went and I played a bunch of kind of the Master System canon. I played Alex Kidd, which I didn't much care for, but kind of learned to like after a while. And I played Castle of Illusion, which I actually really, really liked. Yeah, Castle of Illusion was a fantastic game. And it surprised me just recently to find out that there's a Genesis Castle of Illusion as well, which is apparently like a very different game. So I was kind of curious to try this one out. And that's kind of just the way that these retro game night streams are going to go, too. It's just like, I read about random retro games sometimes, and I put them on a big list. I got a big damn list of retro games that I'm meaning to try out. So, yeah, and that's basically what these streams are all about. Oh, hey, yeah, we can switch our controls up in this game. That blows my mind now that I think of it, that they give you the option to switch your control scheme, switch your buttons around in Gunstar Heroes, but not in Alien Soldier, a game where precise controls, with a much more complicated control scheme, where precision is a lot more important. So yeah, the plot of this game seems the same as the Master System version so far, at least. Oh, you can actually advance the text here by pressing any button. Oh, it was funny. I found the Master System version a bit inscrutable at first. I couldn't figure out how to attack enemies. Because yeah, in the Master System version, and we'll see if it's the same in this game, you couldn't hurt enemies just by jumping on them. You had to jump and press down. Okay, and maybe it's the same in this game. Yeah, you have to jump and press down to do your little butt stomp. And it subtly changes the physics of, or kind of the momentum of Mickey's jump as well. Man, the animation of that butt stomp looks even funnier in this game than it did in the Master System version. Yeah, kind of similar to Sonic Mario, all those kinds of classic mascot platformers. It's incredibly satisfying to just bounce from one enemy to another. Oh yeah, you get super high bounces by holding down the button. Oh, we got Vine swinging here too. Yeah, I'm pretty sure none of this was in the Master System version. Like the basic level was the same. Like you still go to a forest level for your first level on the Master System. But yeah, and actually the enemies are kind of similar as well. Yeah, you fought mushrooms and tree stumps and stuff, but yeah, swinging vine is different. That's interesting, because I've about the music at least, because I think the Genesis has some pretty freaking fantastic music. Like I was just talking about how amazing the music in Hyperstone Heist is compared to the Super Nintendo version, which is, to be honest, better in just about every other respect. And when I say Super Nintendo version, I'm talking Turtles in Time, of course. Okay, we don't have a run button, which I don't think there was one in the first game, or in the Master System version either. Oh, actually, here's a question for you, Maze Whale. Did you play the, like the HD remake of, or like the full 3D remake, I guess I should call it, of Castle of Illusion? Because there was that, like, yeah, the modern fancified Castle of Illusion that was released on Steam and Xbox quite a few years back, I think. It is really, really good, I agree. I absolutely loved... actually, that was part of what got me into my whole Master System and, yeah, Castle of Illusion kick in the first place, is, yeah, how much I enjoyed the remake of Castle of Illusion. And, yeah, I went back and played the Master System game as a result of that. Yeah, one of the best, or I've said that about too many, like, retro remakes these days. One of the bus. Oh, did I? It looks like I've... Is that supposed to be a link there, behind those 3 asterisks? You'd think I would have remembered the first time after the first... Oh, no, I'm not dead, though. Exit. Okay, deleted the link. I turned off links a while back, just because I was getting spam bots here in the channel, and it was kind of annoying me. I'm going to see if I can figure out how to permit you. Or, actually, here's what I can do. I can just, or actually, you know what? I think I tried this before, and yeah, you have to actually go in and change your settings. Actually, here's what we'll do. Let's see if this works. You are temporarily a mod, so well, maybe that'll let you post the link. So yeah, just post the link there, and we'll see if that does it. Hey, cool. Big bounce there. Yep, that'll do it. Good, good. And hey, I learned something about, yeah, Twitch link permissions and shit. Yep. I mean, frankly, it's not like I usually get more than, like, 1 or 2 people in chat to begin with. Hell, you're one of my first 20 subscribers, or followers. You've come in and watched the channel more than once. Sure, I'll keep you a mod for now, at least. No reason not, because I just can't be arsed to unswitch it at this point. And actually, I am going to go check out that link very quickly. Oh, interesting. Okay, I'm going to give these guys a subscribe, just as a note to check them out later. I do that sometimes. Like, half of my YouTube subscriptions are channels that are like sort of bookmarks to sort of like reminders to check out this channel later. I think I have like maybe a dozen channels to go through that yeah, on that sort of list of channels to check out sometime. Ooh, this is cool. You know, I bet you speedruns of this game would be really interesting. I bet you there's some really cool stuff you could do with the crazy high bounces you can get off of the enemies. Oh my god, that was a necessary bounce there, wasn't it? Holy damn. Oh, sick burn there on the game over screen. You must be brave and smart. Not cowardly and stupid. Try again. Oh shit, and we're just kicked back to start. It depends on the speedrun, I guess. I'm not a big fan of speedruns in general myself. I almost never watch speedrun streams. So what's the difference between hard and normal? Like, can I continue on normal mode? Okay, let's just flip it back and see what the difference is. Yeah, so far I gotta say this game seems much more challenging than the Master System version. Master System, it took me like a couple tries to get the hang of it, but I think within my second or third attempt I managed to get through the Master System without using any continues. I don't even remember if the Master System version had continues. I believe it didn't. Oh, you can throw shit at enemies. That changes things. Oh, that's handy. You can actually hit the... You don't actually have to hit down to butt stomp enemies. You can just hit jump while you're in the air. Oh, and you can bounce off that guy's little pellets there? Oh, look at this. Oh, cat. Okay. Fair enough. I wasn't sure. Yeah, didn't quite get your meaning there. I'm not... I can actually see how speedruns of this game would be boring, actually, just because there's no run button. Mickey moves kind of slowly. So yeah, I can see how it might not be that amazing. Yeah, just kind of hold forward and not bother with anything. There were none of these apples on hard mode, were there? Yeah, I'm not much of a speedrun guy myself. It's just that I really enjoy AGDQ. I love the commentary and hearing about all of the speedrun tricks and having the game, just all the intricacies of like the tricks and how they discovered them and what the communities are like. It's really interesting to hear about. But I don't know, at least the few speedrun streams I've actually checked out, like actually check out the streamers, I see very, very little of that. Oh. How am I gonna get down there? Probably not worth it. Whoa! Oh, man. Still got chunked by that apple. Yeah, this bit right here seems really, really tricky. It's like precise platforming over a bottomless pit, and you gotta... Ooh, lively speedruns. That sounds like fun. I don't know, AGDQ gets pretty lively sometimes. I actually really enjoyed... I tend to enjoy a lot of the more controversial runs, or it's what they call, like, you know, the cringe compilations and stuff. Like Caveman was one of my favorite runners. Him with what was it? I'd really prefer that you start talking now. Fame. He actually did a really good run of what was it? Gunner's Paradise, I think it was, this year at AGDQ. Really, really an entertaining run. Well, so far we're doing better on normal mode. I don't know that anything's actually that different, other than we have apples now. There we go. Okay, yeah, instead of it's almost like the easy pogo in DuckTales. It's like, I find it way easier to I don't know, maybe it's just my, like, delicate skin or something. I find it kind of tricky to hit diagonals on the D-pad sometimes, which is what annoyed me about DuckTales and why I really appreciated the easy pogo in DuckTales. DuckTales 2 and in the DuckTales remake. And it's kind of the same in this game. Yeah, I really appreciate that I don't have to hit down all the time to attack enemies, and I can just, yeah, just hit B. Actually, so I never played this game back in the day. Oops. Oh, actually, it's probably the wrong direction anyways. Oh, but there's a one up there. Oh, no, there isn't. That's a bat. Yeah, I actually mistook the bat for a one-up, not the star. But yeah, so yeah, I never played this game or even heard of it back when I was a kid. Oh, hey, that's the same sound effect as hitting a boss in World of Illusion, which I was just about to talk about. So yeah, I never played or even heard of this game as a kid, but World of Illusion, kind of a pseudo-sequel to this one, I did play back in the day, and I really, really liked it. World of Illusion was one of my favorite games as a kid. Much, much easier than this one. I was terrible at video games back then, and World of Illusion was one of the very, very few games I was actually able to complete as a kid. And yeah, the boss was complete. Again, the bosses and levels and enemies and everything seem the same in this game as the Master System version, but they're like different in gameplay terms. Like the Master System version, the first boss was also like, yeah, a tree face man, except he didn't pop out and roll around and stuff. He had like these arms that would reach out and grab you that you had to hit. But yeah, World of Illusion is almost more of like a kid's game. That game's like really, really easy. I played it again recently, and I was surprised at how easy it was. Which is kind of appropriate, you would think, for a Mickey Mouse game. Like, yeah, thinking of it that way, it's kind of fucked up that, yeah, a Mickey Mouse game like this would be so freaking hard. But, so there's the exit there, but I don't trust it at all. Oh, I don't have any apples. Or no, it's marbles in this level. Right, that's another just like nice little detail there. Oh yeah, that's right. I completely forgot about that. Yeah, you had yeah, that's right. You had some of the portions of the levels were not only different for like, there were, you know, parts that were different for Mickey and parts that were different for Donald, but there were whole sections of the level that were different if you were playing in two-player mode. It was almost like an early, like, co-op mode, or it was essentially, yeah, an early co-op mode with levels that were specifically designed for co-op. It was, like, amazingly ahead of its time in that regard, I think. And yeah, that was the thing. They actually like altered the layout of the levels to make it necessary for co-op. Like I remember in the first level, for example, there were like the log seesaws. You don't get logs on those ones. You have to, in two-player mode, you have to use your partner to launch yourself off of the seesaws. And there's some parts where Donald will get like stuck in a log or something, and you'll have to get Mickey to pull him out. And it's, yeah, just fantastic stuff like that. Man, I keep underestimating just how high Mickey can jump in this game. Holy cow. Well, it looks like we'll probably have to bounce on this guy to get up there. Taking it like real cautious right here. So what was with that exit down at the bottom? Oh, sounds like a follow from I could hardly see that based on over the graphics of the stream. Ellie Naomi, thank you for the follow. I do appreciate it. Yeah, retro game nights seem to be just kind of taken off for some reason. It's ever since I switched over to like putting the game name as retro instead of just putting in the name of the game. Like it used to be, it's like, okay, I'll do Gunstar Heroes, and I put in Gunstar Heroes as the Twitch, under the, you know, game name on Twitch. And it's like, okay, now let's switch over to Castle of Illusion. So then I switch over to Castle of Illusion on Twitch. Ever since I started and then one night I just decided, fuck it, let's just go retro, because I'm sick of switching it around all the time. And then, like, ever since I've done that, like, 3 or 4 new subscribers, or followers. I keep on saying subscribers because the Twitch people that I follow are partnered, mostly, and they all say subscribers. Oh, I see, you gotta use the marbles to get through here. Do I have to butt stomp the spring? No, it doesn't look like it. I feel like you should get a higher bounce if you butt stomp the spring like that. kind of reminds me of like being on a trampoline, now that I think of it. Way back in the day, yeah, we had a trampoline in the backyard when I was a kid. Way back in the day. And that was the thing you'd do to get like a really high bounce. You do a butt stomp on the trampoline. That'd bounce you like way up, super duper high. I don't even know what these stars are for, man. It's just like grabbing rupees in Zelda or whatever. It's just a flashing thing in a video game. It looks valuable, so you've got to have more. Just keep stuffing those rupees into your wallet, even though you've already got 999 of them. It's the same with the stars in this game. No idea what they're for. I think it might be health pickups, because I have more health than I feel like I deserve right now, with all the hits I've taken. God, this Jello, though. It's a pain in the ass. It's like I'm moving through Jello. Okay, there we go. That's weird, because the way that I always find new Twitch channels, though, is I'm following a bunch of games on Twitch. Like, you know how you can follow games the same way that you follow specific streamers. And so one of the ways that I follow, or one of the ways that I find like new smaller channels, is I'll check out like some of the smaller streamers that are streaming games that I'm interested in. Like I found one of my favorites is Dark Cloud 2. It's like anyone who's streaming Dark Cloud 2, you can be pretty sure that that's good people right there. So it's like sort of niche titles that are sort of specific to my interests. Oh yeah, fair enough. Yeah, it's the same I find with me too. It's like every time someone finds the channel, it's, yeah, some game that they're particularly interested in that I'm playing. Certain games though, it's like some games are too big for that to be useful though. Like I like all the classics, but like there's so many like Link to the Past streams out there, for example. Like there's always like, you know, a dozen people streaming Link to the Past at a given time. That doesn't indicate anything. So it's like I feel like I want to get a list of followed games that are like indicative of my personality and are kind of niche titles that are a little bit specific to my personal taste and aren't like necessarily universally acclaimed or anything like that. Dark Cloud 2 has been one of the best ones for those. Grandia is another one. Grandia is my all-time favorite JRPG. Absolutely love that game. Anyone who streams Grandia, good people in my books. Ooh. I'm really digging these retro game nights too. Like I've gotten somehow at some point I got it into my head that I was like, oh, if I'm going to be playing games on Twitch, I'm going to want longer, more involved experience to give people, like, you know, some opportunity to find the stream and get on in. Because, like, if you're streaming something like Gunstar Heroes, it's like you're streaming it for about an hour, and then anyone who might have been interested in it has missed it. So I sort of made a strategic decision to go for longer games as a result of that. But yeah, as it turns out, yeah, these retro game nights, in addition to being super fun and just super enjoyable, and this is the kind of stuff I play just randomly in my spare time anyways. Ooh, what's this guy? Oh, this is actually completely different from the Master System boss. Yeah, Master System had a giant chocolate bar as the boss of this stage. Oh, is this how we do it? Okay, so we wait for him to go through the whole cycle. duck under him when he does that, and then... Okay. I got this guy's number. Okay, maybe I don't. Maybe we still got some learnings to do. Okay, if I can get past this next cycle here... Okay, so he's gonna do 3, then the fist, then the springs. Oh, I thought that would do it right there. I thought he was gonna die. One more. One more solid hit to the head, and he is out of here. Oh, hey, that actually worked. I actually, like, said that something would happen, and it happened. Look at this troll text right here. Good job beating the level, asshole. Still got a long way to go, though. I swear to God, that sounds, all of this text right here sounds extremely sarcastic and insulting. I don't know, maybe at least the way I read it in my head. Maybe it was that first bit about how cowardly and stupid I was that sort of soured me on it. Yeah, that is true. Although, I don't know if there's more levels in this version or something. The Master System version was quite short. Like, very, very short. There were, like, maybe 4 or 5 levels, I think? No, more than 4, but it must have been 5 or 6. But yeah, I think that... So, actually, I must say, now that I've kind of gotten the hang of it, or maybe it's just that I'm playing on normal mode. It's probably just that I'm playing on normal mode. But yeah, now that I've kind of gotten the hang of it, this game doesn't seem that difficult. Like, compared to some of the most extremely difficult games out there. Like, it's no Contra Hardcore. But the thing that makes it perhaps tougher than those games is the fact that you don't get any continues. It's pretty much the way to make almost any game, like, way more challenging, is to just not give the player the ability to continue. Oh, hey, Mickey can... Yeah, of course Mickey can swim. Can I throw marble? Oh. Oh, there are no marbles underwater. Or there's no marbles at all. We haven't picked any up. Oh. I think I just got squirted back out. Okay, did we go here then? Oof. Yeah, this early Genesis synth is actually rather charming. Okay, so we don't go in that one. Man, I don't have any way to deal with these underwater blokes. Okay, so I guess this is like a maze type thing, and that one of the ones down here is the correct one. Whoa! I don't know, I feel kind of defenseless here. I feel like I should have some marbles by now. Okay, what is this mess? Wasn't expecting to get, like, lost in Castle of Illusion. Okay, so I guess we need to go back to the left. Sucks like you can't jump out of water. Realistic, technically, I suppose. Okay, so I guess we need to bounce over this shit. Oh, and actually, the way they, yeah, sort of arc on their jump there. I don't know, arcadey, video gamey, I would almost say the Genesis sounds like. SNES music, to me, sounds like it's trying to be, like, all orchestral and shit, but kind of failing at it. Like, you don't hear this style of music in a lot of games these days, or you hear it in retro games, but, like, most modern games go more with that snazzy, orchestral style, only they do it better, because they've got, like, proper orchestras to do music for video games now. Like, modern Final Fantasy, like, you know, modern versions of Final Fantasy games, for example, have better music, because it's just the old compositions with better instruments. I don't know, although I've got to say, there is something about the older SNES sound chips that It's because it's like, you know, the original compositions were sort of intended for the SNES. There are a few particular ones that don't quite work when you orchestrate them. Like, I think, no, there's been a few versions of Battle on the Big Bridge, I think. Oof. But yeah, there's been a few, like, arrangements of Battle on the Big Bridge, for example, from FF5 that are better than the original. Definitely some better versions of Kefka's theme. A lot of the battle themes, I think, weirdly enough, don't translate that well to arrangements and orchestration and stuff. Like, yeah, my favorite version of the FF4 boss theme is still the original, weirdly enough. Okay. There we go. Kind of have to lead him a bit. I'm actually not much into JRPGs anymore, myself anymore. It's more of a nostalgia thing. I was really into them back in the day, and then I just kind of, I don't know, lost the taste for them. They're, for all the reasons you probably aren't into them either. They are rather boring and shallow. One might even say insipid a lot of the time. In almost every regard, too. Even the plot lines, I think, were decent enough in the olden days. They had sort of a simplistic charm to them. A sort of economy of words that made for some effective, sort of low-key storytelling that got really lost in the modern era with the overuse of cinematics and anime style and everything. Oh, damn. Oh, that was just damage. Yeah, that's the thing. It's yeah, that's sort of the thing I was talking about. A lot of the older JRPGs, I think, are a lot more tightly written. There is less waste and filler, I think, in the older ones. Although it kind of depends. Like some of the older games are still like filled with waste and filler. Actually, the FF games, I think, tend to be kind of guilty of that. Chrono Trigger, on the other hand, is a very tightly written, very kind of economic, I would say, has a fantastic economy of storytelling. They manage to take very little in Chrono Trigger and push it very, very far. And those are the JRPGs that I still like to this day. In fact, if you look back, the first game that I streamed on my big comeback to Twitch in November last year was Chrono Trigger. Just because it's such a densely packed game with just interesting stuff to talk about. I knew it would be a game that I'd have tons to say about whether anyone was around to converse or not. So yeah, Chrono Trigger's a really good one. Grandia's still a really good one. Still like the Lunar games. Or actually, I was going to do something on my YouTube channel. I had the idea that I was going to make a list of my top 10 favorite JRPGs. And what I found making the list is I couldn't really find 10 JRPGs that I still like. So it's like number 10 on the list is like Dragon Quest VIII, which is a game that I'll never play again. It's competent enough for a JRPG. It hits all the right beats. It's just tons of filler, extremely long. That's like a 100-hour game. That's like a 30-hour game stretched out to the length of a 100-hour game. Other than that, it's competent though. Good combat, good characters, very well presented. Future Sewers? Oh, that was I think that was actually an optional side dungeon, weirdly enough, if that's the one I'm thinking of, yeah. I actually kind of agree with you. The sewers are a bit of a slog. Kind of an unnecessary part of the game. Like I said, it is an optional dungeon. That's a bit weird. We're getting... I can't... Either the timing on this is so specific, or I'm just completely missing something, and there's got to be some way to run through faster. Oh, maybe jumping moves a little bit faster. We can try that. But yeah, I can certainly see with like someone with a sort of a lower tolerance, a lower threshold for boredom and tolerance for repetition would not be into JRPGs at all. Even like some of the better ones like Chrono Trigger. Yeah, I think it wasn't until I got to like number 7 on the list where I started getting into games that I was still really enthusiastic about. In fact, I think it was Undertale. I think Undertale was my number 7. That was the first game on the list that I still liked enough that I would still play it nowadays. In before people calling me a heretic for saying that Undertale is only the 7th best JRPG of all time. Oof. Oof. Okay. That was kind of embarrassing. This seems like it's not supposed to be that... What's with the big pillar, anyways? Oh, I see. Okay, it's just too much of a pain in the ass to get him when he's... Oh, maybe it isn't. Maybe we can make do. Oh, that's nasty. I thought I was gonna jump him when he... Oh. Still not brave and smart enough. Oh, you can continue. You can continue on normal mode. Okay, so I guess that's the main difference, is just no continues on hard mode. Okay, I'm gonna push through to the end and see if I can get through on my first try on normal here. But if I can't, we're gonna do future playthroughs on hard. Just to stretch out that, eke that little extra bit of enjoyment out of it. Actually, yeah, you can kind of time it. Again, like a few of the other jumps in this game we've actually seen, you kind of have to predict them as they're coming out. Oh yeah, they all jump just a little bit farther each time. Looks like 5 hits seems to be the standard for bosses in this game. Oh hey, I'm brave finally. All we need to do is get smart, and then we can save Minnie. Actually, speaking of the music in this game, this end of level, like level completion screen music here, I really, really dig. Going the wrong way, Mick. Oh, never mind. He realized that a staircase was about to magically materialize there. Oh wow, and we got another floor. So this is like, what, if there's 3 on this floor and then that one, we got at least like 7 levels out of this. Oh, is this... I saw books down back there. Is this the library level? Ooh! This music here, too. Oh wow, things are getting kind of brutal now. Those A's. This level right here is just like, yeah, even in the Master System version, I just loved this. Oh, and now they managed to make that music even better for this bit right here. Actually, I think the candy level is my favorite one in every version of this game that I've played now. Master System, Xbox, and now Genesis. Oof. You know, you get like a tiny little like momentum boost forward when you start up the butt stomp. Like very small. It's like a mini body slam from Gunstar Heroes. Or maybe it's just his animation is tricking me into thinking that. Okay, I'm all paranoid about like falling in. I was prepared to die right there. Like bounced on the gummy dolphin from underneath. Oh, is this a trampoline type thing? No. I thought that was going to be like a big trampoline or something, the way it was bouncing up and down. Oh, hey, we actually got some firepower now. Or actually, maybe this was, yeah, this must have been... Huh. That was kind of disappointing. That was really, really short. I think that was actually the level with the chocolate bar man. Oh yeah, I didn't think we were done here yet. I wonder if all of like the little subs... Oh, the lights turn off. Oh, that's adorable. I love it. Ooh. Okay, I was gonna say I've only got 3 shots at this. Oh god. Got fucking thwomp books up in here. Can I get, like, some Kadai? Why does it say Kadai on the book there? Is that an Easter egg? Is Kadai something I should know? Or is it just nonsense? I see, like, Taki Koki on that other book, so maybe it's just nonsense. Oh boy, we got a water level. So are these guys here just not gonna move? I don't. This is bad, but this level I find weirdly reminiscent of the underwater level in Bart versus the Space Mutants. Like the way Mickey's swimming animation looks and the kind of discolored water. I don't know. I just find it weirdly reminiscent. Or not Bart versus the Space Mutants. What is it? Virtual Bart. I think that's the one I'm thinking of. No. Scratch that. The other one. The other shitty, terrible Simpsons game. What was it? It was Bart's Nightmare. That's the one I was thinking of. Bart's Nightmare. The underwater level where you're inflating... or no, you're like killing inflatable enemies with like a harpoon gun or something. Or okay, cool. Got that guy finally. And we got some health now. That's weird how it's just like I was able to rattle off like a bunch of terrible Simpsons games. Like without even meaning to. I was really just going for the one there, but it's like, oh, oh wait, that other terrible Simpsons game. Oh wait, that other terrible Simpsons game. Actually, speaking of which, actually one sort of retro, did kind of like my own little retro game night. Like before I started streaming. Like I said, I just kind of do these sometimes where I just play a bunch of old games just to give them a shot. One of them I played was another shitty Simpsons game, Bart vs. the World on the NES, which is actually a game I remember from my childhood. And I remember liking it quite a bit. I made it quite a ways into that game. And I was really surprised at how terrible it ended up being. Oh, it looks like they jump when you jump, maybe? Tough to tell. But yeah, Bart vs. the World. I remember liking that game as a kid, and it turned out to be absolutely terrible when I replayed it just recently. Or actually, though, speaking of Simpsons games now, maybe after we're done with Hyperstone Heist, maybe we move on to the Simpsons arcade game after that. Just sort of a natural progression onto another Konami brawler. Maybe we do a retro MAME night sometime. Yeah, they jump when you jump, it looks like. That's nasty. That's really tricky. Yeah, there is a Genesis Bart versus the Space Mutants. I think that game is on NES and Master System as well. Jeez, these fucking A's, I tell ya. Oh! You know what? Good enough. Oh, it's not good enough. Can we not get up there unless we bounce on those things? Because those things are really, really difficult to bounce on. What is this mess? Okay, well, I don't want to have to deal with two of the fuckers. Okay, looks like it's time-based. Shit. Oh, yeah. I'm not much of a brawler connoisseur myself. I remember liking The Simpsons arcade a lot back in the day, but that might have been just that it was Simpsons. Also, it was just frickin' everywhere. Like, I remember that the swimming pool that I took lessons at as a kid had the Simpsons arcade game. It was... I think the rec center that my daycare was at also had a cabinet with the Simpsons arcade game. I think the arcade at, like, one of the parks where my mom played baseball had a Simpsons arcade game. So yeah, just by happenstance, like, yeah, Simpsons arcade game was everywhere when I was a kid, so I just played it all the time. Yep, Streets of Rage is great. Possibly, I don't know, it's tough between Streets of Rage 2 and Turtles in Time as being my favorite brawler ever. Actually, tying together the notion of, like, Mickey Mouse and Disney and beat-em-ups and all that. Oh, I let go of it! This can't be... No, this can't be what they expect from us. There's gotta be some other place to go. Right? I'll give it one more shot. Oh, and, I was gonna say, the Kingdom Hearts games are, like, effectively modern brawlers, aren't they? Right? Like, the modern action RPGs effectively picked up the mantle from classic, like, old-school brawlers, didn't they? They're, like, very similar in their concept. They're, like, just, like, very basic, like, run around, beat up enemies, and then move on to the next room, where you beat up some more enemies. Yeah, I find, yeah, games like Kingdom Hearts and the like to be very brawler-esque. That was the only way I was able to connect in my mind Disney to brawlers. I don't think that Licorice Dragon here was actually a boss in the Master System version. Can I throw shit at this guy? Ooh! Oh, I was hoping that would be the last hit there. Oh, I'm actually fine on health, though. Oh, I remember back in the day, arcades were, like, everywhere. Like I said, they had them, like, at the swimming, like, basically all the rec centers I went to. Because, yeah, I went to different ones for different things as a kid. Swimming lessons, yeah, the baseball park, daycare. And yeah, they all had arcades back in the day. Oh, I missed the sarcastic, sort of backhanded text there. Something that you are strong, but something something. Oh, we're going up more stairs. I thought it was... Okay, maybe this game will be shorter than I thought. Because I was thinking, oh, 3 doors on the... Oh, this is the last door. Okay, so it is, yeah, about 6 levels like I'd originally remembered. Or unless there's another level behind a non-door after all this. Oh my. Ominous. Okay. Yeah, kind of spooky and intense, this track, isn't it? Curious about the final boss now, too, because, yeah, all the bosses so far have been completely different from the Master System version. Oof. Man, I think, yeah, we got no more continues now. So yeah, we got just these 3 lives to get through here. Better make them count. Most lives matter. I think I've made that stupid joke in like every game I've played whenever I get down to... Any game with continues I've played, where I get down to a low stock of lives, I make that stupid joke. Actually, I remember the first time, and it was great because it came out kind of spontaneously when I uttered the phrase "Plock lives matter," when I said that every life matters in Plock. Kind of rolled off the tongue a bit more nicely, though. Oh, did I fuck it up? Okay, we need to get him back. Didn't even notice that. That's kind of funny. Oh, man. Okay, so you gotta, like, lure him over there. That's kind of funny. Okay, so we need to get over him. Oh, hey, that works too. In fact, that's probably how we're gonna have to do this. No, that'll work. Oh my god. Okay, this cannot be the way, brothers. We gotta find a better way. Or this is the one. No, this is a dead end, isn't it? We were here last time. Yep, looks like we gotta do it. Man, so much for making our 3 lives count. Oh, I should have killed the other one. Because this guy's gonna have to go, like, all the way around. Murder mystery games. If you're talking, like... Oh, I was gonna kill it. Get it on the rebound there. I'm not sure that I've played any murder mystery games. If you're talking, like, point-and-click adventure games, then not really. Like, I didn't like L.A. Noire at all. Should have known. Should have known. Or, and if you're talking board games, like the tabletop murder mystery games, I've never actually done one. Or I guess they're not board games, they're more like party games. We sell them at the store I work at, but I don't actually know anything about them other than when someone comes in asking about murder mystery games. Oh, visual novels. I mean, I've read some visual novels in the day, but not murder mysteries per se. We'll just leave it at that. Okay. Oh, come on! There we go. Like, I don't hate visual novels or anything. It's just, I don't know. I'm a Philistine, actually. I just don't like reading in general, kind of. Like, I don't even read the regular kind of novels. Although if a novel has, like, an interesting enough hook, I'll go for it. Like, I enjoyed Doki Doki Literature Club well enough when that was a big thing. Jesus. So what's the gimmick here? I don't get it. Danganronpa. I can't say that word. Danganronpa. Yeah, I've heard of that one. I actually watched. I followed the original like forum-based Let's Play. Yeah, we're gonna have to clear this one another time. Okay, so there'll be more. Yeah, Castle of Illusion in our future. That's another one to sort of stick around and make multiple attempts at. Because yeah, I'm kind of working my way through Hyperstone Heist right now, trying to get that one credit clear. And yeah, I think we're going to do the same thing for Castle of Illusion. Let us see. What else? What else? Okay. Yeah, I kind of need to get to bed soon, so we're going to do another pretty quick one to close out the stream. So actually, we got a new follower earlier on in the stream. You might have noticed I had little scratchy Genesis-y sound cue, sound effect, or voice clip come up whenever someone follows. That clip actually originates from this game right here. This is a shmup that was only released in Japan, as far as I know. It's called what is it called? Fuck. It's called Battle Mania, or Battle Mania Daiginjou, I think. Because yeah, the original Battle Mania was released in English as Troubleshooter, and then yeah, this is the sequel to that game. Actually, along similar veins as Danganronpa, though, I played the Phoenix Wright games and enjoyed them moderately, I would say, also. Or I didn't play them all. I think I played Phoenix Wright 2 and Phoenix Wright 3. Like, it's an anime girl shmup, but it's not like a modern anime girl shmup. This is like an 80s anime girl shmup, which is a completely different caliber, man. Or a completely different category. Like, this ain't no fucking Toho game. Ain't no, like, little girls in frilly dresses and shit. There's like, the good old 80s, the days of the Dirty Pair, and Burn Up, and Bubblegum Crisis, and all of that good shit. And actually, it does actually resemble a modern game. This was a cave game called Death Smiles. Basically took the mechanics from this game and turned it into kind of like a modern shmup. The music in this game too. The music in this game is fucking rad. I pressed the wrong button there. We're gonna need to reset. Oh yeah, that's the wrong thing entirely. There's a bunch of weird extras in here, but yeah, the Death Smiles had the whole mechanic where you can sort of flip your shots back and forth. It was kind of a widescreen thing. Horizontal shmup where you could shoot in both directions. And that's what this is right here. Actually, I just want to let this title screen music play out a little bit, because this is like might be my favorite piece of video game music of all time, maybe, right here. Or I'm going to try to turn it up a bit. It doesn't actually play through the whole thing, weirdly enough. There's actually an awesome bit after that it didn't even get to. Is it going to keep playing if I go into options here? Nah, whatever. Just check it out on YouTube, maybe, if you're interested. It's called Burning Heart, I think. I haven't actually played Road Rage. Or is that the same? No, I'm thinking of Road Rash. I don't think I know what Road Rage is, actually. Yeah, we're gonna... Anyways, we're gonna make this a quick one, so... yeah, I think I like shot, flip, weapon... Yeah, set 2. So this is a weird thing. You can switch your controls so that you can basically change the directions that you have access to. So it's basically the way the first game worked, and kind of the normal gameplay is that you have two characters. You have one who's always shooting forward, and the other you can sort of flip her around to shoot either forward or backwards. So you can either go double forward or you can go forward back. But this game added the option where you can change it where your main character flips with the other one. So basically gives you the option to go double forward or double back with the two-way. It also gives you the weird option to go 8-way, where you can just lock your facing in any direction and basically completely break the game by being able to shoot at weird angles that you're not supposed to be able to do. It's like you can basically kill all the bosses by just like getting underneath them and shooting diagonally. That's the dumb way to do it, though. I kind of like a classic one way, so we'll do it that way. Oh, and as far as I was going to show this off, yeah, we got the voice clips here. There we go. That right there means that someone followed. So I think that's the sound of someone getting a one-up. Yeah, I have played Road Rash. Did those games start out on Genesis? I think I played Road Rash 3, which was a PlayStation 1 game, if I'm remembering that right. Or I say 80s anime. Obviously this game came out in the 90s, but it's channeling the spirit of 80s anime. Oh, this fucking music though. Oh, maybe I'm thinking of a later Road Rash then. I don't know. Road Rash 4? I don't know. Maybe I'm thinking of a different game entirely. Jesus. Oh, and here, yeah, you change your backpack, which basically just changes what type of bomb you get. I'll check out the Road Rash thing once we're done with troubleshooting here, which shouldn't take too long. I expect a game over rather quickly. I mean, not in the first stage or anything, but yeah, yeah, these weird monster designs too, with like the fishes with demon faces. Yeah, it's sort of these monsters you see a lot of in anime that are based on sort of yeah, a lot of creatures from traditional Japanese mythology. You see these types of creatures in a lot of different games actually. Like yeah, these umbrella guys. Actually, again, speaking of Toho, yeah, I think you see umbrella guys in Toho. You see them in Parodius as well. Shmups in particular, for some weird reason, yeah, seem to have a lot of these enemies based on Japanese mythology. Hawa up! But yeah, this isn't exactly an amazing game or anything. I love the music, I love the visuals, the styles, the theme is all incredible. As a game, it's not fantastic, and it's not bad or anything, but a lot of the problem is that it's just, playing Death Smiles alongside this really hammers it home. Well, it's just, you really do need a widescreen resolution to support the type of gameplay that this game has. Like, enemies coming at you from all directions and being able to shoot either left or right. Like, it really helps to have, like, a widescreen format for something like that, so that you got a lot of room on both sides to throw obstacles at you. Whereas you don't really have that in like the tiny square box of the Genesis resolution. Whoop. Okay. Oh yeah, so this intro bit right here is kind of, that 50 there looks like it should be, like, pickup or something, but I think it's actually just the counter of how many floors up we've gone. Although with that said, with as much as I'm saying, like, how the resolution of the Genesis was not yet ready for this type of gameplay, weirdly enough, I think shooters are less about gameplay than a lot of other genres. Like, I think, honestly, if any genre can be said to be, like, more about the aesthetics and graphics and music, and just, like, the I don't know how to describe it, the aesthetic experience, don't have a better term for it than aesthetics. But, yeah, shooters, I think, are more about, yeah, kind of that, whoop, and then the partner comes out with the car and crushes him, which somehow causes the building to explode. What was I talking about? I don't remember at all. Oh yeah, presentation. Presentation's a good word. Yeah, and that's what I was talking about. Oh, this music right here is great too. I think I have this on the playlist of my sort of stream break music. Oh yeah, and I was just I think I was done talking about that. I was just talking about how shooters or shmups in particular are sort of a genre where aesthetics and presentation are more important than gameplay to a certain extent. I guess a lot of that comes down to personal taste, but for me at least, I find... So this is, our first proper level right here, where you actually get your partner, and like the full gameplay kind of emerges. We're going to want her just firing forward right now, but we can have her fire behind if we need to. And yep, sure enough, that's what we're going to need right now. So if you go in the two-way option, then your main character there will flip alongside her every time you press the button. I think we have plenty of speedo right now, so this guy right here, I don't even know if it's possible to kill him. It's something about like getting into that flow state, because like shmups aren't super deep games or anything. It's mostly about like reflexes and pattern recognition. Actually, that's a good point. It's sort of emerging of aesthetics and gameplay and presentation and all of that. Sort of achieving that flow state where it's like the graphics and the music and the gameplay all just kind of like wash over you and coalesce into like just like a single unified experience. And then so for that reason, as long as the gameplay is good enough to sort of get you into that state, as long as the presentation and aesthetics and everything are up to snuff, you can have a fantastic shmup. And I think that's most of what I get out of this game. Oh yeah, just randomly... Hey, we just got 5 new followers! No. Yeah, they usually get like a ton of one-ups for no reason there. I believe that, thing there was one of the bosses from the first game that just spat out all those lives at us. I haven't even used a bomb yet. You don't actually have a supply of bombs in this game. It's a charge meter, like you see in the top corner there. You know, I have played Tyrion, but I didn't play much of it. Oh, cool. Although, I forgot how cool some of the bombs in this game are. Oh, this is going badly. Okay, I was getting fucked up by those tentacles there. But yeah, a lot of the bosses and enemies in this game are extremely simplistic. You know, like you'll see a lot of the enemies will be like that kind of thing where it just shoots out bullets in like a spread of bullets in 8 directions, and that's all there is to it. Which is kind of the way that you're able to sort of break the game by playing in 8-way mode. Oh shit, those are actual enemies. I thought that was just scenery, like just background birds or something. Actually, so I didn't actually play much Tyrion, or as much as I probably should. I need to go through my GOG backlog at some point. But I did play Raptor Call of the Shadows, which was my personal favorite shmup back in the day. And yeah, Raptor Call of the Shadows, I think, is a very similar type of game to Tyrion. It's just vertical rather than horizontal, and it's kind of a modern military theme rather than rather than the space theme of Tyrion. Boss music in this game. It's got 3 phases, and every phase has its own music that's kind of a remix of the boss theme. Actually, yeah, we still gotta shoot the little kid here. But yeah, every boss is pretty much like, yeah, something that follows you and shoots out bullets in 8 directions or aimed directly at you. Now we got a 3rd variant of the boss theme that plays for the 3rd phase right here. Actually, I think the problem with Tyrion was that I had trouble getting it running on my system. Like, I got it running for a little bit, and I played a bit of it, but I was having problems with, like, the menus or something, I feel like, or crashing issues with a certain part of the game. Yeah, I remember there was some reason why I didn't play more of that, which didn't have anything to do with the quality of the game or anything. This might be like one of my favorite game soundtracks of all time, though. Like, for serious. Holy shit. Okay, I might have to... I've actually done... Yeah, I might have to check that out. I've done that a few times where I've, like, purchased a game on GOG that doesn't run correctly. And then so I had to go to, like, whatever fan community that game has to get, like, a proper version that I can actually play. Actually, Tomb Raider ended up being like that. Or yeah, the version I got on GOG didn't work correctly, so I ended up going to the OpenToon project, which also ended up not working correctly, but for different reasons. Or it worked fine, but it wouldn't stream well for some reason. Yeah, your partner can get kind of stuck on the terrain sometimes, too. But yeah, this, you can see how this game right here is like basically just kind of proto-Death Smiles. Obviously without like the super complex scoring system of your modern cave game, but and with much superior aesthetics in my opinion. I'm not even kidding. Like not even forgetting like, you know, for the time or whatever. No, this game has better graphics and music and theme than Death Smiles, hands down, in my opinion. Was it OpenToon I was thinking of? Maybe it was a different one. Or no, it was like probably 3 years ago at this point that I was streaming Tomb Raider. Which I guess maybe 3 years is young in like terms of fan projects and stuff. Like, yeah, there's like how many fan projects out there for any number of games that have been around for decades at this point. And this isn't the theme you see a lot of in video games either. I get... The one thing about streaming this game is I get confused every time I hear the voice clips, because it makes me think someone's... I actually get that thing, it's like, oh, has someone hosted or followed or something? Every time I hear that voice. But yeah, this isn't the theme that you see replicated much in video games, which is weird, because I think you could make like a lot of fantastic games, along a lot of different genres, based on like this whole kind of like a bubblegum crisis, like a dirty pair type aesthetic here. I know it's fallen out of fashion in modern anime and everything, but I really think that like we need a good video game to bring it back. Or there was a... It's not really the same style, it was more of a sci-fi anime theme, but I think Iria Zerum had a good Super Nintendo game that I played a while back. Not on stream or anything, but just when I was checking out random games on the Super Nintendo via emulation. Actually, like, really happy and impressed that I've been able to get as far as like stage 3. I guess really stage 2. Like the first stage is kind of just a little prologue bit. Shit. If I could beat this stage, if I die in this stage, I will die happy. Oh. The sound effects are like these great classic Genesis sound effects too. It's like everything sounds like something out of a Sonic game. Okay, duck and cover. Oh, this has got to be a boss right here. Oh, there's a one-up. I need that. I need that. Oh, this isn't a boss. I literally did it again. I was like, oh, new follower. Gotta go check who it was. I actually did that right as I collected that one up. I get that little thrill whenever I hear that noise. I can't play this game on stream. It's just like a roller coaster of emotions every time I hear those voice clips. Well, what's this? Actually, maybe let's stay away from these guys. Okay. Yeah, it's just another boss where they just kind of slowly follow you while shooting shit at you. Although it's just a mid-boss, so I guess it's fine. Oh, you can actually destroy the shit they shoot at you. Oh, yep, and now we go with the boss. Oh, dear. Well, we picked up some extra 1-ups. Oh, apparently we picked up a ton of 1-ups somewhere along the way. Did she just say Kyoto? Oh, and then he, yeah, integrates... Oh, no. I don't see how those guys merge together to make this. Or what, we just got the continue theme playing there. There's some pretty silly monster designs in this game, I gotta say. Oh, those fire effects, though. That seems to be a thing that Vic Takai was crazy about. It was just like blowing up sprites to proportions that make them look like absolute shit. I know they did the same thing in, oh, what was it? Game with the boomerang girl. L something or other? I have a weird sort of affection for Vic Takai, the game development, the company that made this game. They made a bunch of kind of like mediocre to shitty games, like a whole bunch of mediocre to shitty games back in the 16-bit era. Ernest Evans is probably their best known game, or their most infamous title, I guess I'd say. And this game right here is probably their best, in my opinion. And hey, yeah, we did it. We made it to stage, whatever this is. 4, really more like 3, since the intro was kind of a prologue. Those words kind of mean the same thing. I could have just as easily said the prologue was kind of an intro. Oh no! Oh, those don't actually hurt you. Oh my. Yeah, I don't think it's possible to destroy all those caterpillar segments. Man, I'm losing my ability to talk tonight. Ooh, I needed another speedo up. Oh, you can destroy those things. That's how you do it. Or you circle around them, or you just tank a hit. Oh, I don't think that was fair. Poor form, Vic Takai. Okay, if anyone's watching right now, I think you all just need to, like, follow me right now just to fuck with my head even more. Anyone who's watching, who's not followed right now, just follow me right now, and it'll just completely fuck with my head while I'm playing this game. Because if you didn't hear the spiel earlier, yeah, that's the little sound cue thing is the same sound I use for my new follower notification. Oh well, it was worth a shot. Yeah, they just like throw all of the extra lives at you for some reason in this section. Why would you ever go down that center section? Okay, we can stop shooting now. That noise is annoying. Okay, no, we can't stop shooting. I love how your little option there is just constantly shitting out this bomb that's completely useless. It's like nothing is ever going to come close enough. If anything is close enough to get hit by that thing... Oh, and I didn't even... I took the hit going up for the extra life, and I didn't even get the extra life. But yeah, anything close enough to hit that bomb there has already hit us. Okay, that was a just weird little trap there. Oh my. Okay, cool. We found the magic pixel. It's fine. Everything's fine. Oh, we lost our partner. Oh, she's back. Oh, now what's this? think we need any more power-ups. Oh! Well, we got all the power-ups. Son of a bitch, I keep getting caught on these things on the side there. I don't know how what that evened out to in the end, but yeah, we got all the power-ups. Another boss right away. Alright, I remember this guy. Fucking Robo Jordan right here. Get dunked on. Actually, he doesn't dunk. He makes like a three. Actually, he makes like a, yeah, like a massive, crazy three-point shot from the other side of the court. Yeah, Robo Jordan indeed. Man, this isn't a hard boss. I'm just fucking it up because I'm a fuck up like that. Yeah, you could just go up there and yeah, shoot him like that. Yeah, you just gotta destroy them as they're coming at you. Oh, come on, please let me at least just beat this fucking boss. Shit. Man, this is actually, like, really tough for some reason. Okay, we're gonna cheat our way past here. Bomba! There we go. Of course he has another one. It's weird that they're not using the, like, the boss music. Like, they gave him 3 forms and everything, but they're not using the 3 versions of the boss theme. Oh yeah, this level clear music too might be my favorite level clear music of all time. We got an A- for that clusterfuck somehow. I have no idea what this guy's saying. This game has never been translated into English, which is a travesty, by the way. I really think this game deserves a translation project or just any sort of attention from the internet whatsoever. Is that a chainsaw? I have no idea what's going on here. Demon truck driver is pissed off that we blew a hole in his ride, I guess. I actually tried to learn Japanese a while back. I took classes at the local university, but none of it really stuck. I don't know what it is. I just don't have a head for languages. I can barely remember English words as it is. Yeah, something to do with, like, I don't know, names and terminology and stuff. I can't remember people's names. I can't remember the words for things in foreign languages or native languages. Yeah, very, very low. What is it? Okay, actually, this is one level that actually has, like, 8-way shooting as a basic feature. You can actually aim your gun in any direction you want in this stage, just as a basic mechanic. Yeah, your helper, your teammate there, kind of abandons you to drive the car. Which you know, fair enough. I don't see why they have to be like how this car here is an improvement from the fucking jetpack. Unless maybe they lost it somehow. Does speed up even do anything when you're in the car? Actually, it looks like it kind of does. Oh wow, boss fight already. What? Oh, that's a great sound effect right there. Okay, that's done with. That just happened. There's a lot of stuff in this, like that in this game. This is, I think, yeah, this is like the sort of spirit of Big Tokai at its best right here. The way the shots flicker, too, it's really hard to tell what level of power I'm actually at. Like, I think it's 5 wide right now, which is the maximum, but it's hard to tell with all the flickering that's going on. Yeah, it just moves so fast, you can't even tell how strong your shot is. What? I got the sound cue there, but that was a power, not a 1-up. Also, yeah, note the little white rats in the wheels for no apparent reason. Man, this game just dumps a ridiculous number of extra lives on you. I do not deserve to be, like, surviving for this long, I don't think. Oh, they're actually spawning on top of me. I was like, oh, that's unfair bullshit. Oh, that's unfair bullshit again. But no, they actually spawn on top of you. There we go. Game over. That's good, because I was kind of need to get to bed now. I've got work tomorrow. So that was a fun retro night. This is, yeah, kind of the new paradigm for evening streams right now. Rather than doing, like, continuing on with the main big playthrough games, like Tomba and Talos Principle right now, yeah, we'll just do these retro game nights from time to time. So yeah, that was... What did we get through tonight? We did a bit of Hyperstone Heist, we did Gunstar Heroes, Gero, did Castle of Illusion, and then I got to show off Battle Mania for you guys. Yeah, we'll definitely do some more work on Castle of Illusion and Hyperstone Heist next time. We'll probably leave Battle Mania to the side for now. Oh yeah, and Alien Soldier. We took a crack at that. Hey, this is a good place to stop it on too. Just the clock right here. Yep, gotta be mindful of the time. So, yeah, thank you all for watching. And, yeah, I'm bad at these outros and stuff. So, is it Monday or Tuesday today? Okay, yeah, it's Monday. So, yeah, next stream will be regular scheduled Wednesday stream. We're going to finish up Talos Principle. And then I think we're going to move on to Rayman Legends after that. I think I've decided as the next game to work on. Although I might do some Tomba 2 instead of starting that up. I don't know. Whatever. Some combination of those three games. Talos, Rayman, Tomba. One of the three. Wednesday at the regular scheduled time. Hope to see you guys there. As ever, thank you all for watching, and yeah, see you later. And yeah, good night, Maze Whale. I am going to sleep myself.